ओके, अभी लाइव, अभी लाइव, माँ कसम। ओके, या वी आर लाइव। ओके, इंडिया साउथ अफ्रीका। यो यो, व्हाट्सअप, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर स्ट्रीम। आज जैसा कि मैंने बोला है, मैंने अच्छी खासी सेटअप कर ली है। मैच चालू होने वाला है। वेलकम पब्लिक, वेलकम बैक टू अनदर स्ट्रीम एंड नाउ द वॉच पार्टी स्ट्रीम। आज डे 2 है ट्रू रिपर्स का। देखते हैं व्हाट दे आर गोइंग टू डू। सॉरी, थोड़ी ठंडी है गाइस, मैं थोड़ा ब्लैंकेट लेके बैठा हूँ भाई। भाई ठंडी ज़्यादा है तो क्या करें। आह, आज पब्लिक पूरा एकदम रेडी हो। अरे भाई, ओके, अरे नाइस। कोहली भाई का सेटअप हुआ है क्या? वुमेन्स के मैचेस भी है क्या कल से? ओके, लाइव स्कोर तो ठीक है। अरे नाइस, कोहली, कोहली भाई का एक और 100। लेट्स गो भाई। केएल राहुल भी क्या मार रहा है, 20 रन 12 बॉल। नाइस, नाइस वन। राइट नाउ टोटल स्कोर है 283 ऑन 38, 39 ओवर और 3 विकेट के साथ। नाइस यार, नाइस, बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है स्कोर। ओ, थोड़ा सा, थोड़ा सा आई थिंक यही बेटर है। नीचे रखता मैं, आई गेस नीचे अच्छा है। ओ भाई, कुछ अच्छा नहीं है। ओके, कमिंग टू दी मेन पॉइंट। चलो, मैच चालू होने वाले 48 सेकेंड्स है। चैट चलो, जो भी नया मेक श्योर टू लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब। चैट, ओके लेट्स पहली मैच रोंडो। हाँ लोंडो, चलो लेट्स गो चैट। अरे लेट्स गो, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम तारिक भाई, वेलकम टू स्ट्रीम। थोड़ा सा चैट, चैट, आई थिंक मैं ऐसे स्ट्रीम ना करूँ भाई। मेरी माय गॉड, शायद मेरा गॉगल का है, मैं भूल गया। चलो लेट्स गो चैट। चैट, ट्रू रिपर्स वर्सेस आते ही एफएल की फाइट हो गई। चलो भाई, दिखाओ भाई, कल का कुछ तो सीखा है ना। चलो लेट्स गो, मारिया चैट, चल। चल भाई, लिख लिख के ले लो भाई, ये फाइट इजी विन है अपनी। थोड़ा आराम से खेलना पड़ेगा बस। ऊपर की साइड से है, उनको इन्फो नहीं है, शॉटगन लेके बैठे हैं। 2 शॉटगन लेके बैठे हैं। आराम से खेलो। जेली रिकॉल टावर गया है, ऊपर की साइड है, रेस क्या साइड। वैसे चैट मैंने देखा नहीं, साउंड आ रहा है ना बराबर।
Holding the staircase
ओके
has
सॉरी,
got the
ये
spot
डेस्कटॉप
on
साउंड नहीं था,
the
सॉरी।
True Rippers, but they are aware of the angle, and he's not going to
ओके
pull the
आराम
trigger
से,
just yet.
ट्रू रिपर्स को पता है कि ऊपर 3 बंदे तो है।
The Flash after yesterday played pretty damn well, 61 points.
ओके 2 रन,
Finishing things off, but
अरे नाइस वन, नाइस वन,
stair push to
फिनिश
0.
डालो, नाइस वन,
ZS is
लेट्स गो। एक
immediately
गया,
down.
एक गया।
Win, not able to
हर्ष को
quite
पता है कि सामने
gonna be
बंदा तो है डोर
involved
पे,
in that fight
क्योंकि
versus
ऐसे
True
एंगल पे होल्ड करना
Rippers.
बहुत ऑब्वियस है चीज़ है।
Yeah, all things
ओके इसको भी
considered,
पता चल गया विन को
it
भी
was
कि
okay.
वहाँ पे
It
बंदा
was
है।
okay yesterday.
ओके ज़्यूस वापस आ गया।
I don't think I had too many complaints. I think
ओके
there was just a couple
विन को
times
पीछे
where
जाने के लिए ये करे, फोर्स किया
on that
उसने।
rotates they got cut out. I still think OG
अरे
had
ये
the
गिर के नॉक
better
हो गया।
macro just from the initial eye test so far. But I think Troopers are playing very decently at the moment.
अरे नाइस वन, नाइस वन, नाइस वन।
Win goes
Hydro.
down next. Tops is across the way, and you do need to
ओके
be
क्रॉस
careful,
किया
Hydro.
उसने, पता है।
Ooh, okay.
अरे नहीं,
Does
जंप
survive
नहीं
another
करना
peek.
था।
I
ओके
thought he
ओके
was going to get shot down there. But Tops is hiding in the corner for now. True Rippers have been spotted. One on the downstairs, one on the upstairs, and Harsh has to hit the deck. Tops nearly with the transfer there. Not quite able to get that second, but that is going to slow things down. Give him time potentially to bring Win back in. Drops back behind the wall and will initiate that res blank. So looks like they're coming straight back as well with the regroup.
अरे यार हाइड्रो थोड़ा सा आगे ओवर कमिट कर गया।
Giving them the run
कोई ना,
around.
कोई
True
ना।
Rippers don't know how to handle this guy. Tops is on a tear.
Yeah, I'll give it the Hydro. That guy will fight. That guy will fight. He's taken some pretty good pushes in the past. That one was slightly overzealous there. Does get punished for it.
ओके वहाँ पे आग की वजह से
Troopers,
दूसरी
they
फाइट
do
चालू
have
है।
a player they're sending wide, so
Okay,
you
थोड़ा सा
sort of wanna try and
disadvantage
get as
आ गया
much
फिलहाल
value
के लिए
out of
अपने
this
पे।
as possible, whilst still, either losing this fight quick or winning it quick, because Jelly
यहाँ पे
really does
टाइम
want to pick those players back up again. But he gets knocked off in the distance, which now makes life very difficult for True Rippers. Oh dear, this is actually
ओ
very bad
भाई
now.
जेली, हर्ष को ये फाइट विन करनी पड़ेगी
Really
भाई,
tough
मुश्किल है।
situation. I mean, for Harsh,
पहली
the
मैच
main
में
goal
इतने
right
गंदा।
now should be to leave this engagement, right? Should be disengage, get away, get to a recall beacon with your outpost taken down. Geeke and
थोड़ा सा
Team
मुश्किल है।
Flash
आराम से
have been
रिवाइव
able
तो
to
हो जाएगा,
control the
काम नहीं
closest
खेलो,
recall
हो
beacon
जाएगा।
on that northwest side.
एकदम
So,
काया की फाइट हो गई
really rough
बीजी के साथ।
situation. Bringing back KO though is going to help a lot, right? Playing as two, you can leave a little bit more effectively. For Flash though, they're going to be aware now that Geeke have moved
NRG
in from
versus
that
ये
north
वाली।
side, and it could be a multi-way engagement. As the arena
ओके
lose one,
एनआरजी ने
is
एक
unable to
फिनिश
pick
किया है,
that one
ठीक
up
है।
towards
साकुरा
Hemmingtown.
वापस,
A
कल
lot of other teams have
साकुरा क्या
actually
खेला
moved
यार,
towards the
बहुत
zone,
सेक्सी
all
खेला।
the way down on that south
बंदा
edge
बहुत
flank,
सेक्सी खेला कल।
and they have put themselves slap bang in the middle.
चैट जो भी ना, मेक श्योर टू लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब भाई।
For Rectum Kai losing a player is just it's annoying. It's very annoying. I think this is happening so much at the moment. I think some of the early rotates towards center circle, maybe a little bit aggressive at times and slightly lack of information, and they're just hoping that they get in with 4 players. It is,
थोड़ा
it is
ओके,
a little
थोड़ा
bit
मुश्किल
annoying
है
at
अब।
times. Very
ओके
interesting
एंडी
fight here between the Flash
True Rippers,
and True Rippers,
थोड़ा यार
because
बैड लक हो गया यार,
the
थोड़ा बैड
3-1
लक हो गया।
split that
जेली मरना नहीं चाहिए था
the
वहाँ पे।
Flash went for was the exact same one as True Rippers. So Jelly just gets 1v1'd by one of the players there from the Flash.
यार
Kind of an unfortunate deal.
Yeah, they don't. They
थोड़ा
only get the
बैड
1
लक हो गया
point
बे,
for Rondo.
बैड लक हो गया।
It's not nice.
एंडी
But
एंडी
that is
एंडी
how the
नेक्स्ट
cookie
मैच है।
crumbles this time around.
टॉप
Over in
टॉप
Hemmingtown,
10
we
तो
saw
आराम से
Arena
आ जाएंगे
losing
लोग,
one, but
टॉप
they've
11।
got some time to play around with. Joker actually, the
बट पहली
split
मैच
off
नहीं
the
जानी चाहिए फिर।
3-1 for them with Alliance very
पहली
close
मैच
by
थोड़ा
for
सा
Arena.
जल्दी,
It might be a
बहुत
little
जल्दी हो
bit
गया,
harder to go for that recall, but
बहुत जल्दी हो गया।
overall as Muhopan, you still have got that recall beacon available. The question is, do
यार
Alliance
अब
fights down? Do they
देखो
spot it? Do they try
प्रॉब्लम
and
क्या है,
change things around
देखना
there?
पड़ेगा यार, बहुत सी
Or
चीज़ें
are they going to allow
लाइक
this
उनके
recall to
इसमें
come
जाती नहीं
through?
है।
Because Irina now on the back
आई
foot
डोंट
when
थिंक
it
सो
comes
कि
to
वही
rotating
इशू
down
आएगा।
to the
1v1
north
अगर
side.
चोक किया है जेली ने तो भाई
I mean, for Alliance,
तो बोल सकते हैं भाई, अब कुछ कर भी नहीं सकते वहाँ पे।
if we're
और वैसे भी
talking logically,
रिकॉल
there's
के वक्त
absolutely
ही
no
आते हैं बंदे,
reason for them to
पता
pass
है
through
यहाँ पे कोई ना कोई
Joker.
आया होगा। और जेली को टारगेट करने तो
I
ऑब्वियसली
think
ब्रो
they could
कोई
probably
ना
do
कोई
a
आया
drive-by
होगा।
and see if there's any players there. Maybe
ड्रॉप
pick
फिक्स्ड है।
yourself up 1 point and cut out E Arena later on. But I think for Alliance, with this kind of circle, it is much more sensible, in my opinion, just to try and send down towards the south now. It's a long
Yeah, drop
journey
fix
ahead
है.
for both these teams, so they do want to start getting in towards the circle a little bit sooner. A lot of squads are very central right now, and to do the plane path, Arcred though moving up. Easy shots to start off with, but no dice on that one as Baby is able to come out top.
Over the bridge.
Okay,
far
boss
away.
baby
Arcred
उतार सकता था.
losing one as ETSH able to take that fight.
उतार सकता था वो बंदा.
An architectural marvel there on the suspension
Shit.
bridge, but no suspense on that fight. It all came crashing down pretty quickly. As Baby now looking to hold the line against Ramses as well. For Arcred, again, it's all about just getting to those recall beacons. It looks like they've already managed to do that, and they'll be picking themselves back up. ETSH, though, wants to slow
ये
this
अरे यार
down
होता है
against
ठीक है
Ramses,
ठीक है
force them
थोड़ा
to go
पहले
for
गेम
another
है लास्ट
pickup.
कल भी वैसे ही हुआ था
Make
पहले गेम
their
उसके बाद
lives
थोड़ा सा
just that
कमबैक
little
आया
bit
था
harder. They are on the full surround on this
थोड़ा
building.
ज़्यादा ही
What can Ramses do here? You know,
वन वन
this
जोक
is a
कर
big
दिया वन वन
opportunity to
जोक
get
कर
an extra point at pretty little to no cost.
वन वन
Right?
जोक
For Ramses, if he's able to get one, I'd say just commit for the flush. You're
वन वन
going to
जोक
get
था.
picked up back anyway by the rest of your squad. In goes Reverb around the corner.
अरे भाई
goes
भाई
for
भाई
the
भाई
knock,
भाई
can't quite
सीधा
find
नॉक
it.
एंड फिनिश.
So no point earned. That's not friendly, but worse things have happened, and they will be staying as 4.
ओके रिकॉल भी हो गया भाई.
Frustrating though, considering that was not a bad spot to hold to try and get across the bridge later on. They also have Glory over towards the northwest side, you can see, and on the western edge is Easy for Bad Boy. So overall, the team is quite disparate. They are not together right now, and it is uneasy land that they have to cross going forward, and they're split off there by Geeke as well as ETSH.
अलायंस वाले तो
I'm very curious to
कल
see how
भी
they play
अच्छा
out the rest of
खेले
this game. Towards
बट
Tinlong
ठीक है
Garden, you do have
39
Regnum
points
on
is
there.
like insufficient.
Did they get back up to 4? They did.
मेरे को
They were
आज
able
का
to get a
लग रहा
recall
है
on that one, which is great news. So Wild's back
भाई
into the
आईजी
picture.
वाले भाई
We're
अच्छा
both very
खेलेंगे
close
क्योंकि
to them
इतना
over on
भी
their
ईड़ा नहीं है कि
western
भाई
side. They have lost one player, so unlikely
WBG
to
like
try and target Regnum Kaya
सॉरी मैं
in
भूल
the near
जाता हूँ
future.
WBG में सुख देखो सुप
Holding on the
और
top of
भाई
Tinlong
ये
Gardens
बंदे
might
लाइक
work out well
बहुत
for them. We'll
खतरनाक
have to
खेलते
wait
हैं
and see
अगर इनका कॉम्बिनेशन
that
चला ना
is
भाई
going to
तो
be the
बहुत
dominant
इजीली
position.
वाइप आउट हो सकते हैं स्क्वाड्स
or if the circle's
और
going to have
मेरे को
other
नहीं लगता
ideas. It has
कि
been a little bit
वो
mean
नहीं कर पाएंगे भाई
occasionally
ऐसे लाइक
to
वो
a lot of our
उनमें
teams,
पोटेंशियल
except
बहुत
for
ज़्यादा है
Influence
भाई
Rage.
वो
Absolutely
प्लेयर
loves
बहुत
those guys.
बहुत सालों
They
से
had a
ग्राइंड
great
कर रहे
time
हैं
in the
भाई और
circle
लाइक
over the course of
अगर
yesterday. They
MVP
had a
बन
couple of
सकता है
shifts go
ग्लोबल्स
their
का
way. We'll see if that
तो भाई
repeats.
उनमें है
Virtus
उतना
Pro now
पोटेंशियल भाई
crashing into ETSH.
देखते
I
क्या
say
होता है
crashing, more just sort of slowly getting along. Low friction, it seems. Shiva's not even going to take shots. Does he realize that was an enemy? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. They just kind of waved him goodbye. I mean, there really wasn't a team shot there for them, so they didn't want to just get popped. Especially on a rotate, you're on the western edge. Bit of an awkward EMP zone there for Virtus Pro, where they might want to try and wrap south. That actually makes things very difficult for a lot of teams on the north side of the circle. Kind of a good understanding of where teams are coming from. Luckily, the EMP zone does dissipate. There's a little replay from earlier.
Oh, यहाँ पे यहाँ पे
towards Jelly.
जली को ना क्या किया उन्होंने लाइक आइसोलेट ही हुआ है जी उसको पता है कि वहाँ पे जली है अरे यार स्मोक करना चाहिए था रे वहाँ पे उनको पता था टारगेट किया है एफएल वालों ने टारगेट किया है उनको पता है यहाँ पे उनका ड्रॉप है सो ऑब्वियसली पता है
Virtus Pro though,
Perfectly.
here's their big challenge. It's way above in front of them. Suk is immediately down. And Order's going to send
अरे
away.
भाई VP
For
versus
Virtus
Weibul
Pro, they desperately want a better day than yesterday. It was horrid and not at all what we expected from Virtus Pro as a team.
No, they sat in last place right now. For Virtus Pro, this is not going to be feeling good. They've already kicked off taking down Souk though. One of the stronger players in the lobby.
तो गया भाई
Now kind of floundering on 3 players.
अभी रिकॉल भी थोड़ी देर ही बचा है ज़्यादा ओके रिकॉल खत्म है
They really have to just hunker down.
रिकॉल खत्म है फाइट्स लेने होंगे तो अभी इमीडिएट ये करने पड़ेंगे
minutes left on them, but it's not really going to be super accessible.
भाई ट्विस्ट वाले देखो
Not good news. Virtus Pro should be happy about that.
वो जोन के बाहर है बट उनकी साइड की एंट्रेंस पूरी लाइक नॉर्दर्न साइड की
a little bit away from that central
नॉर्दर्न
area.
साइड पूरा खाली है भाई एंट्री लेने के लिए उनको अंदाजा नहीं है बट वीक भाई यार ये बंदे भाई हर बार टांग अड़ाते भाई
Yeah, interesting finish
इस
as well.
बार
You
फिर
got
भी
two
एफएल वालों ने
really
लाइक
big high
बहुत
grounds in
बीच
terms
में
of
किया है,
those
उनको
pillars
पता है कि
that
इनको
sit down
टारगेट करना ही
towards that
पड़ेगा
south
क्योंकि ऊपर
side.
आ रहे हैं
Um,
टॉप 11 में
so
अभी
teams
भी है
can
अपन
technically play around
बॉटम
that. They
5
also are
5
quite good
टीम
at
एलिमिनेट
cutting
होती
those
है लाइक
sight
टॉप
lines.
12 लाइक
Nailing's taken approach
12
with
लेके
a
16
geek,
पोजीशन अभी
as well as
एलिमिनेट होने वाली है
ETSH. Like realistically, want to try and control this
माय
southwest
गॉड
edge
मेरी
because it
आंखें
is
दुख रही है यार
isolated a little bit more. Reckon Kaya though spots
मैं अभी
DRX rotating in. It's
2
a
मिनट चैट
lot of
मैं बोल
damage
दूंगा
to start off the innings here for Reckon Kaya.
एक सेकंड मैं आता
They've managed to find one knock, but DRX will start to put themselves back together now after the opening salvo. Looks like only the one will be found. That flush does come through though, which puts them at a permanent disadvantage. And the nade is not going to tag on, but the shot's already landed up the hill. So DRX in a little bit of danger. Reckon Kaya maybe looking to chase this one down as DRX don't really have time for the res. Maybe pop him into a vehicle and see if you can get away. But DRX have 2 fights now as ETSH are going to chime in and join in on the bullying against DRX as so as staff to bleed out. Silas, though, has bigger problems. It's the Burmese ghouls actually chiming in. So 4 teams now scrapping on these hills away from Tin Long Gardens. And you do need to be careful because Rectum Kai, I mean, they've already fully lost Silas now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, where Burmese Ghouls are playing as well is a pretty known spot, so I don't understand how Silas gets picked off there, tries to rotate around maybe to try and get some shots over towards DRX. I think that they are concerned with the amount of eliminations that they've been getting yesterday, and they wanted to bump those up a little bit. I think Rondo's so hectic that you can't really afford to be making those commits like that. Again, it's hard. It's hard to say with the sidelines that are available. This is a very, very awkward circle overall. Hyunbin attempts to go grab the recall beacon, but it was camped out by Havlik, which is fair enough. Gets himself an elimination and will be able to get EXO back in the fight. So a great play from him.
Yeah, nice little find, nice little pick up there. Hyunbin drives out into the blue, thinks it's going to be safe. No, of course not. The balls are still out there. They'll gore you. They'll take you down. Have a real tough time. And that's DRX down. In 6th place right now, Regnum Kaya, we're pretty neck and neck with them, so they'll be happy to see that. They did the majority of the damage to DRX on that initial run-up. They passed off the baton as well across the way to some of the other teams in the area, but they get 2 points for it. Next circle zone could be pretty mean to the teams, I think, in Tin Long Garden on a north shift. Actually cuts quite a few of them out. So Virtus Pro going to have to leave that spot up the top and going to have to try and push further to the side, but it seems like they're going to be able to open up and control the teams around them fairly nicely. The arena in the meantime,
चल टॉप वापस
scrapping out with
मारो इनको
Alliance
इनको
on
मारो
the
भाई
fights
बदला लो
already. Just pop it off in the
बदला लो
meantime.
लेट्स गो
Flash absolutely just
I think
mantling.
it's difficult
Twisted
भाई
minds
उनको
there.
अरे
GK
भाई
also
भाई भाई
finding balls as they enter
अरे
inwards.
माँ कसम क्या नीड था
Lord goes
भाई
down.
विन का
Notice
नीड भाई
Shudo left
सीधा मुंह पे
remaining. For Twisted Minds.
क्या
It's
हैक
been a
लगा
tough
खेलते
one.
क्या ये
You know, Flash has consistently been pretty decent. You know, I'm actually quite
माय
impressed by this
गॉड
team.
फ्लैश हर
Very much
बार
not
जीत
on
रहा
my
है भाई
radar
फ्लैश की
either,
पूरी
John.
स्क्वाड जीत रही है भाई
Well, they have kind of snuck by.
अरे 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 चोक चोक
And
चोक
looking to go to the next phase as well as Tops with the
पहले इसमें
suppressed
कनेक्ट नहीं हुए SMG तो
auto
भाई
shotty. A lovely
Great.
sound there. A whisper. It's as loud.
भाई अरे बोर
There's a
वाले आ गए
scream
मार
there as
मार
Twisted
मार
Minds are
इसकी
silenced.
बैंड की मार
Put down. Boars actually landing on
ऊपर
the top
सीधा
of this
सीधा
fight
ऊपर से
though. Okay, interesting. They get that recall and they use the parachutes to
रिकॉल
land
सीधा
up
भाई
the top.
लास्ट स्टेज
Get
था
that high
रिकॉल
ground
खत्म होने
against
वाला है
Flash.
वैसे इसके
I
बाद
mean,
2 मिनट के बाद
fair enough. It might actually work out for them here, but the blue zone's pushing them, so they do need to be careful.
That's a nice little abuse of mechanics
Nice.
there. Does seem to work out quite well, but
फ्लैश वाले के लिए
with a
मुश्किल ही खड़ी हो
nasty
चुकी है
nade
भाई
up top again, John.
अरे भाई बोर वाले के वापस
All bows as well, finding the shutdown, gets that knock, gets the pump action through as well.
जोन से मरा
Flash
बे वो
are losing 1 or 2, but Boars can't quite find the vector of attack here onto them.
इनको भी पता है भाई जोन
And
आ
again,
रहा
they're
है
just gonna
निकलना ही
move
पड़ेगा
onto the outside. The recall beacon's kind of out of reach now as the stage 4 zone going to be pretty difficult to deal with. That'll be really tough to make work. So maybe just try and extract the value while you can. Boars playing on as 3. Looks like they're going to allow Flash to get out of there for a little bit longer. The blue zone still ticking away and only 2 players alive. The Boars have made their mark. I think it's safe
भाई
to say.
फ्लैश वाले हर बार
Although
जीत रहे
there
हैं
is an answer as Win finds SnowX. Okay, hang on a minute. They're taking things back under control. It's
भाई
really
टू
going
ही
back and forth here with the Boars.
टू भी
and
टू है आराम
Flash.
से निकाल सकते हैं
They are struggling to find a conclusion on this northern
नीचे वाली
edge.
टीम्स मर रही है
A
और
bit of a
DRX
mockery
भी
coming
खड़ी
through
है.
from the
What
flash
the
right now,
heck?
all things considered.
2 मिनट पहले मैं
I'm
अभी था
surprised
DRX
Boz
वैसी
has gone
गई.
down to 2 players here, John.
ठीक है, अभी चांसेस है भाई. टॉप
Just
10 से लेके
2.
7 तक ऊपर आने
I
का
mean, they
चांस है.
lose them on the
अरे
run.
नहीं 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 नहीं. अरे 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 वे
Tough time. Tops look to line
अरे
up for more.
माँ.
Havlik will
W
answer
भाई,
though and Flash fall, but at the cost of 2
W.
players. They managed to get some of those recalls early. Just go for a regroup elsewhere, right? Go for
W.
that recall, send away, try
मार
and
रहे
extricate
भाई, मार
yourself, but
रहे.
no, they're more content to get those 3 points under the belt and keep things moving. ETSH in the meantime, establishing themselves up towards the high ground on the just southwest of center circle right now. Should be a solid spot for them. The Alliance further out, they're under a lot of pressure. Alliance with VP, with Arcred as well, right next door to them. As we hop over to the east side, though, it's Arena still trying to play that edge game, and they are not doing terribly over on that eastern
Arena
side.
वाले
But
ना
their
भाई मेरे
approach
को लग
still
रहा है
will
ये
be
फ्लैश Arena
contested.
और अलायंस
I
वाले
didn't even really notice
ये
it.
ना
Like,
बहुत
but
नाक में दम
Team
करने
Flash
वाले.
got 10 elims.
WBG और रेगनम कार इतना कुछ नहीं कर
They
रही.
did great.
और ये
10
बुल्स
elims
भी
is
कुछ
a
नहीं कर
very
रही.
respectable result
एक
here
तो
on Rondo,
अपने ही
all
जोन
things
में पड़ा
considered.
मर रहे.
Any
लग
game
गए
with 10
पूरे
points
जोन क्लस्टर से भरा
anytime
पड़ा
is
है.
a good result.
एंट्री है ही नहीं.
Doesn't really matter about the placements
है
this
अगर
point for
वेस्टर्न
them.
साइड
Yeah,
से
getting
एक
a
ड्रॉप की
20-point
यहाँ पे
game would
एंट्री
have been
बस.
nice, but if you can average out those 10 elim games from not amazing positions either,
Okay.
you are winning. You are absolutely
अलायंस
winning.
वाला अकेला ही
Cluck here
खड्डा
from
कैसे करा
Alliance.
भाई.
Staying hidden
Needs
away
करा
as the
क्या?
final player here
Okay.
from that team.
एडिश वर्सेस
ETSH
एनर्जी की
taking
फाइट हो
down
गई.
players from Nuclear Zone. We're now officially in 16th place.
रेगनम कारा का
after
एक
VP
डिप
were
में है
able
बट
to
उन्होंने
leapfrog
कवर किया
them.
अच्छा देखा
There are
आप.
3 elims this match.
यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा कवर किया इन्होंने
Reckon
कि
Kaya
एक
managing
बंदा
to
गाड़ी
get that
घुमा रहा
res,
है
though,
जिससे
keep
पता ही ना
themselves
चले
up
कि
as
वहाँ पे
3,
रिवाइव
very
चल रहा है.
important, especially
बहुत
given
अच्छी
now
strategy
that the
है.
circle sits with them a little bit
Immediately
in favor. The
यहाँ से
difficulty
निकलते
is
हैं
the
इनको पता है
sidelines
कि
that
लाइक
exist
यहाँ पे
against
रुकना
them,
तो लाइक
and it's
अच्छा नहीं
not a
है.
comfortable spot.
ठीक है.
Actually crashing further
ऊपर में
out
पकड़ा
of the
गया.
circle for Regnum Kaya. They favor that as a location. Long range shots coming through from DK. Putting a lot of pressure out towards the circle, but they do still have to keep moving. They do still have to get on the road as
Chat
Ragnarok
man.
does fall. They are
एक दो
cut
सेकंड
out. One of the few teams on the outside now. I do want to go back to Regnum Kai. I know we talked about them a lot, but they just pushed away from the middle on the roadside to a position around this
Oh,
rock.
bye,
They want to
bye,
keep this
bye,
under
bye, bye,
control,
bye,
and
bye. Nice
maybe
play.
Virtus Pro are going to punish them for it. They step into their turf,
अच्छा ही
and
कर
it's
दे
only
भाई.
Loxy now to survive. Zedwolf, I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this
नहीं,
one. And the
उसको पता है यहाँ पे
MG3
निकलना ही
is
पड़ेगा क्योंकि
loud.
पुलिस
It's
स्क्वाड आ
ringing
चुकी
in the
है.
ears
पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं
of
बचने की
Regnum
बट
Kaya.
आगे
Loxy
जा रहा है वहाँ पे
heads back to the
ईयरीना वाले
roadside.
बैठे
I
हुए
mean,
हैं.
they really committed to this edge situation, but it's gone
भाई जुबिन यार मेक
absolutely
श्योर टू लाइक
terribly
शेयर
for them.
सब्सक्राइब भाई.
think
बहुत
it's
इजी फाइट निकाले
slow
वीपी वालों ने.
rolling
अब भाई
from
आप
Virtus
यहाँ
Pro
पे
as well. Like Regnum
वेबो के
Kaya
सामने गए
could have
भाई.
had the shots there.
पता है
Meantime,
भाई
Weibo were able to get
वेबो
one
वाले ने
player back
इन्फो
in
लेके आ रहे
action.
हैं
He's got one nade, but
भाई.
make it
3v3
count.
प्रॉपर
Doesn't
3v3
quite
है.
go long
प्रॉपर
enough.
3v3 है. और हीरो और सुख
Not going
That's
to
the
connect
balls.
there.
Losing one player.
पता है.
Exo on the north side, final player for them now. They've been
यहाँ पे जो भी
consistently
एंट्री
playing.
मारेगा
I
ना
don't think they've
पहले
ever been in the circle right now, John.
उनके
I
पास
think
पूरा
they've been
कंट्रोल
always
रहेगा.
on
लाइक
the
जो भी
outside.
क्लियर करेगा ये जगह उनके पास पूरा
Yeah,
लाइक नॉर्दर्न
it's not
साइड
ideal.
या पूरे उस साइड
As
का
I
पूरा
said,
कंट्रोल होगा.
We are
यहाँ से चिकन
hopefully
निकालना
gonna
बहुत
see
इजी
them
है क्योंकि
find a
जोन
little
में
bit
सबसे
more, but
इजी
you
एंट्री
know,
यहाँ
they're
से है.
in 13th place, which is already exceeding my
बट ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे
expectations.
बहुत
So
सारे
fantastic
क्लस्टर्ड है.
news,
ओह
really.
नाइस नेट. क्लोज
And
था
they
क्लोज
managed to
था.
get 3 points this game, so credit to
डिप
them
बना दिया उन्होंने.
winning that fight out with Flash earlier over
Chat.
on that northwestern side. But just
Jabin,
Exo
make sure to
remaining,
like, share,
pushing
subscribe.
in towards the Burmese Ghouls, who now again find themselves in a very
अरे
defensible spot
अरे
in
अरे
towards
अरे
these
अरे
late game
नेट नेट नेट
stages.
क्लोज.
We'll see if they're
ओह
able
भाई
to do
बच गया
anything
बच
with it. Weibo
फुटा
kind
फुटा
of
फुटा
trapped
खत्म. पुश
through
आ
the
गया
arena
इमीडिएटली.
and
पता है
Virtus
उनको
Pro.
वन नॉक पुश है
It's
इधर.
kind of nasty with
किल
it.
उठा लिया और
Virtus Pro looking to
Arena
add to
वालों
their
ने उठा
points
लिया.
tally. 6 elims found. That one
Nice.
gets stolen away though by E-Arena as the rest of Weibo sending a lot further north around the rock.
वेबो वालों को निकलना ही पड़ा.
Yeah, I think Max is absolutely right that Virtus Pro is a team that really thrives when it comes to basically cleaning up. They're a janitorial
मैस है
squad.
भाई. ये बहुत बड़ा
Right?
मैस है.
They love to sweep teams out of the way. They love to get the mop and bucket out, clean up house when it comes to these end games. I mean, more good shots from Boston over towards Weibo.
भाई
But they need to
अगर
move now, and
देखो
E-Arena sort of
अब
has
अकेले
that
अरे
number.
भाई रेकनम कारा का लास्ट
Yeah,
प्लेयर
they've
क्या
tracked this
सही जगह
entire
पे बैठा है.
rotation, and they'll be right on the
वहाँ पे एक
top
छोटी
here.
सी डिप है,
Loxy
वहाँ पे
not happy
फायर
about
जाता
this
नहीं जल्दी.
either. And remember, this is the position that
बट
Regnum
ये
Kai
प्रॉब्लम
actually
है कि
left
अगर उसने
earlier
कवर
on.
मंगा ले तो
There's
ऑब्वियसली उसकी
emergency
पोजीशन
camouflage. We
रिवील हो
haven't
जाएगी.
seen them so much yet, but they will
चैट
start
इंटरेस्टिंग
to
मैच है भी यार.
bloom, I'm sure. As you can see, they are
वापस भाई
dropping
सुपर
down,
वही वही उसी
littering
जगह पे
those
आ गए
hillsides.
यार.
Irina,
रेकनम कारा थे.
Weibo all establishing cover to use on these open ground positions. A lot more useful
ओके इनकी फाइट
than
जोन
maybe
के
it
बाहर
would
क्यों
be
फाइट कर रहे हो.
when it first meets the eye, but we'll see how they're able to use
Chat.
that one on fairly
Even
open
make
sloping
sure to like,
ground
share,
here. Suk
subscribe.
actually landing an aid
अगर
towards
अच्छा लगा
Irina. And this
I don't
really does
mind
change the
not being
landscape.
subscribed.
Having those little triangle poke-ups coming on through.
W भाई W
I'm absolutely loving to
easy.
see how that's
अरे भाई
developing. Regnum Kaya, last
खत्म.
player. Loxy goes down. So
पता
they
चल
will
गया
not
भाई.
be able
स्मोक
to
करा
get
तो उधर ही
away
पता चल गया.
from
बट ठीक है
DRX. And
पोजीशन थोड़ी
Weibo
सी
can
वियर्ड
still
थी.
continue
वहाँ
their
पे बचना
chase.
भी पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं था.
Yeah, I mean,
WBG का
any
एडवांटेज है
points
अभी.
Weibo can pick up here is
यहाँ पे और
fantastic, but
स्मोक्स
not only
होंगे ना
that,
तो
is they're
बहुत
clearing that
ज़्यादा
space
होल्ड कर
around.
सकते हैं.
Do you want to hear my
बट
hot
पीछे
take
से
for the
लाइक
game?
ये
My
वाले
hot
अरीना
take
वाले आ रहे हैं.
is that Burmese Schools does not win this
Okay.
match. Despite the
क्या
position
चिकन
they're
किसका होगा
in,
बोलो.
I think that's a very
despite
cold take.
them
मेरे को
having
लग रहा
four,
है ये
what do
अरीना
you
वालों
mean?
का चिकन होगा. वापस
I
एक
mean,
बार.
we saw what they did
आते
yesterday,
समय
right?
चिकन कल स्टार्टिंग का मैच चिकन था. ये वाला मैच
We
भी
saw what
चिकन.
happened to him.
पढ़ रही है W.
We saw what happened.
बहुत ओपन था. बहुत
Miramar.
ओपन था.
That's the
गाड़ी
best
नहीं
spot.
थी.
They
Andy.
gave it up. They allowed people in, right?
आई शपथ.
Do you think Burmese Schools is very bad? though?
डैम. कवर ड्रॉप. कवर ड्रॉप.
I don't think I'll go that far.
वीपी वाले को
I
भी
just
मुश्किल
said
हो गई.
right
उन्होंने
take was
स्मोक
very
करके
cold.
सबको ये कर दिया कि
Yeah, I
वहाँ पे
don't
बच
think they're
गए.
going to win. They might do quite
But
well.
they
They
have
might farm
probably
a
the
few more
best
elims.
position.
Yeah, they did in Miramar too.
एक सेकंड. गाड़ी ऑटोमेटिक चल रही है. उसको लग रहा बंदा है.
Evidence
एनर्जी
suggests.
के अकेला लास्ट मैन है.
You're a meanie.
एक सेकंड चैट.
You started it. You said they weren't going to win.
Yeah, I said it was a hot take though.
Okay, fair enough.
You said it was cold, like you
Yeah,
expect them not to
tepid
win.
at best. Tepid at best.
Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm a doubter right now. I'm a doubter in the Burmese Ghouls. Willing to be proved wrong, but they've got to do it. They've got to be the ones to do it.
They call me the Burmese necromancer. I support them all the way now. Because
All right. Okay, that's well. You know what? They've gained a very powerful asset in that, and fantastic news for them. Hopefully, they'll be able to utilize
Chalo.
that. Hey, they get an elim. They get 6 now. I think at the moment though, the big thing to notice is of course that
ये वाली
Influence
chicken
Rage and Irina are still alive
क्या बोल रही?
towards the top 5, which is something that we saw from them so repeatedly yesterday, and it seems to start off.
ये chicken है क्या बोल
today.
And for Irina, 5 elims, right? Doesn't look too bad. They love their rondos. They love their rondos, John. Obviously get some more points here and shoot them further ahead here. Again, I mean, Regnum Kai was
Arre.
sort of in this spot. Maybe
अरे
Max was
अरे
right.
अरे
Maybe
अरे
I'm kind of wrong today.
Arre,
Maybe I'm just having an off day. I
भाई
don't know what's
इंटेंस हो रहा
happening.
है. ठीक है.
I mean, I'm not entirely sure
यार,
what the full theory for
जब ही
Regnum
रहना
Kai
चाहिए
was
था
on that
यार.
rotate.
यहाँ
I'm
तक
sure
तो
that the
एटलीस्ट
desk
सर्वाइव
can
कर सकता.
elucidate,
टॉप 4 में
but
तो
it's
उनमें
it
बहुत
was an
capability है
interesting push to go back out
बस हो
towards
नहीं
the edge
रहा.
of the
वो एक
circle.
प्रॉब्लम
They
है.
put
Oh, that was
themselves
fine.
in that
No,
scenario.
that was fine. That was fine. That push was fine. The execution was terrible. The push was fine though. They wanted to cut off teams coming in from the southwest because they can play around that hilltop, right? So you clear out one side, you fight the team on the northeast. The push was fine. Like I said, the execution was what was bad. The fact that Virtus Pro can come back as a 3 and take
ये
them on
वाले को
despite being
थोड़ा सा
split at the start,
डिसएडवांटेज आ गया है
that shouldn't
क्योंकि वो
happen.
फंस चुके हैं. बट
No, it should be. A little
और
bit more
नेट
tricky
क्लोज है
than that.
थोड़ा सा.
Right.
राइट
Should
साइड
be
चला गया. बट ठीक
a
है.
tougher
रेस हो
stuff.
जाएगा.
Influence
पॉसिबिलिटी है.
Rage
उनको
have
भी
been
निकलना ही पड़ेगा.
corralling
ऑब्वियसली
this
जोन आ रहा
on
है.
the south side, but
ये वाली
they do need
थोड़ा
to
सा
now
जोन
worry
में है.
about Burmese Ghouls moving in from that
यानी कि कभी
northwest
लाइक
edge,
पोजीशन
playing from
रिवील्ड
their
है
position.
बट
They
कवर में
don't
इसलिए
have
कोई
control
प्रॉब्लम
of the
नहीं आ रहा.
circle anymore with it shifting away from the compound that they've been
अरे
holding,
नाइस खत्म.
from
ये
the
वाले
position
खत्म
rather
है.
they've
ये
been
वाले
holding.
खत्म है.
They are going to have to
नहीं बच सकते
trudge
हैं.
a little bit further in. Influence Rage putting a
इन्फ्लुएंस
lot
रेज
of
वाले
pressure over towards
और बीजे वालों के पास ही चांस है. और रे भाई.
and Virtus Pro
Oh my
suffering
God.
beneath them too. I'm giving it to Influence Rage.
इन्फ्लुएंस
here. I'm
रेज मेरे को
backing the
लग रहा है कि
Brazilians.
चिकन निकाल सकती है बट 3 मैन है वो. अरे नाइस. ये अरीना वालों के ऊपर प्रेशर जा रहा है क्योंकि दो साइड से सैंडविच आ रही है ना.
Come on, rise!
Come on, Influence Rage. Let's go. It's either way. It's got to be a team from a country beginning with B that's going to win this one, right? It's either Brazil or it's Burma.
Alright, so on the high ground right now, Burmese
मुश्किल है.
goals,
अरे
themselves a lot of
भाई
angles. This looks a
क्या
lot better
60
than
मिनट था बे.
yesterday.
मौली
They
खत्म
are
इन
allowing the foes
इस
ahead of them to
ये
do
अरीना
most of the
खत्म है
work
भाई.
for them, and that's
अरे
fine. As they pick up the
W
chicken dinner
weighted
off the
fire.
back of it. Turney K overshot over towards Law, and he is down. Turney K going a little
What
bit
the
crazy here,
fuck?
and in come the ghouls.
Oh dear. I'm gonna have to eat my words, Blank. They have transitioned well. They've kept this fight in. Influence rage. Put too much stock
ठीक है,
in
टर्नी के
controlling
बच
the
नहीं
fights to the
सकता.
south.
Not
Little boy,
not
though,
possible.
wants to make
फिर
the
भी
most
नाइस
of it. Make a meal of
नाइस
the
नाइस.
arena. Turney K
डीगो को
will
लाइक
fall down, and
उसने
this is
नॉक
the
किया,
last
फिनिश
player
भी किया.
now for Influence Rage.
खत्म है
Burmese
खत्म
Ghouls
है.
moving up
बीजी
with 4, but it's
या फिर
Malloy
वीपी का
from
चिकन है.
Virtus Pro who still have 2 players alive who are taking the shots from the sidelines.
चैट
He
थोड़ी
gets lit
क्वालिटी
up
खराब
though.
हो गई है मेरी
Needs
या
to
उनकी
dodge around
क्वालिटी
the
खराब है.
blossoms,
ओह
making
उनकी
himself
क्वालिटी खराब है.
a little bit more ethereal, hopefully, to dodge those bullets. Burmese Ghouls with it all to do. 4 players alive. Very little that anyone can do
बीजी का चिकन है.
do anything about this one, Blank. And you know what?
अगर
We
थ्रो
all
किया तो
believed in
भाई
them right from the start.
उनसे बड़ी चुतिया कोई
100%.
नहीं
There
होगा.
was no one who ever doubted them.
Oh, this ghoulish
Ooh.
gusto on my screen.
नीड आ रहा है, पास
Lovely
आ
to
रहा है.
see the Burmese
अरे
ghouls
नाइस. W
at
नीड
it
भाई.
again. That's fine.
क्या नीड
The
मारे बे
ghouls
वो.
rise again. That's what they do.
Okay.
From the mud. Res him though, please. Please
मार
res
मार मार
him.
मार 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 उतर उतर उतर
Aragon
उतर.
not gonna go down just yet.
गाड़ी
XP
रुक गई भाई,
nearly
उतार नहीं
getting the
पाया भाई
spray
वो.
down. Does
नाइस
go for the
लास्ट में
reload
मारा.
and Aragon's out
ठीक है.
behind the tree.
Nice, yes.
Oh,
थोड़ा
okay, but can Malloy get across?
1v1 है,
to get
1v1 है,
the
1v1 है.
rest? Little boy might make that harder. He's already challenging, but Malloy
छी
has the
छी
first
छी
shot,
छी
gets
छी
that
छी
first tick
छी
of
छी
damage, and the second comes through from
छी
the
छी छी
Burmese
छी छी
Ghouls.
टट्टी
It's
भाई.
Malloy
ये क्या
now
टट्टी
down
मारा है
on the
भाई.
ground.
इतना चोक.
Alone
बहुत
in the
पैनिक हो गया,
dirt.
बहुत पैनिक हो
As
गया.
Aragon flushed away. They don't need the res black. They're going for the 3v1.
बीजी डायरेक्टली यार घुस रहे, पता है
Oh,
उनको.
Malloy
बच
on his
गए, हो
own,
गया.
son. Come on, unknown.
इजी
Run
चिकन
him
फॉर बीजी.
down. From the
Chat.
side of the car, it's a drive-by
बहुत
as
इजी चिकन
well.
था.
Burma goes crazy here in the first game of the day over on Rondo. It's easy pickings. They
Bye,
had the best
bye, bye,
spot in
bye.
the
देखो
circle.
देखो.
They were the best boys for the
चिकन लेते
job.
समय ही
Oh,
पता है उनको
well,
कि
absolutely
उनका
proved
चिकन
me wrong.
सेलिब्रेशन
There
ऐसे
is
होता है.
egg all over my face. Brilliant win there coming through from the
W
Burmese
chat.
Ghouls. Fantastic
You idiot,
showing to
John.
transition
You
out.
idiot.
Yeah, you know what? Super dumb from me, to be honest. Absolutely. I had no faith in them whatsoever. But you know what?
I
That
love
is
you, bro.
brilliant
I love
that they've
you.
been able to carry forwards from Miramar,
W.
not having the best of times there, moving into today, not letting that affect them.
चैट स्कोर देखते हैं अभी भाई. 323 पे 5. जडेजा बैटिंग. ओके ओके, दैट मींस विराट कोहली इज आउट. और साथ में और कौन आउट हुआ है? वॉशिंगटन सुंदर भी आउट हो गया. फक, रन आउट हो गया. क्या चाहे निगिरी निगिरी एडम माकरम भाई. ये थोड़ा सा मुश्किल है बे. चैट 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 चैट. डब्ल्यू भाई. अभी देखो कल जैसे शेड्यूल है. 2 इरांगल, 3 मिरामार. बाकी अभी भी लास्ट वाला भी मिरामार ही होगा. सो ज़्यादा कुछ ये नहीं आने वाला. बट फ़र्क प्रॉब्लम ये है ना, अभी अपन उनका एनालिसिस करते. क्या चोक किया उन्होंने? चोक तो ऑब्वियसली कुछ हुआ नहीं है. ये सब लक फैक्टर था ये वाले मैचेस में. क्योंकि देखो ना, देखो अब यहाँ पे उनकी फाइट आते समय ही हो गई. अब उनको पता है कि जली ऊपर वाले हिल्स पे. भाई जली का ड्रॉप रेयान है, बट रेयान साइड तो ड्रॉप था. अब ये देखो उसको पता है कि ये उसको पता है ये वाले रिकॉल के बाद जली आसपास वही वाले. ओके चैट, गलती क्या हुई देखो आप. आपको दिखा था चैट. प्रॉब्लम क्या हुआ है अभी आप देखो. चैट अभी प्रॉब्लम क्या हुआ कि जियूस ने रिकॉल दिया। हाँ, रिकॉल दिया तो दिया। अब उसको पता है कि जली हिल पे था, इसका मतलब। और इसको पता है कि जली यहाँ से घूम के वापस, एक तो ये वाले इस पे जाने वाला है, नहीं तो यहाँ पे जाने वाला है। जियूस ने ऑलरेडी प्रेडिक्ट कर लिया था और वहाँ पे ही बैठ गया था वो, कि उसको पता है ये 3 मैन आसपास ही होगा, क्योंकि जल्दी फाइट लेनी है। और ये टारगेट करने के लिए बिल्कुल नहीं था, टारगेट करने के लिए जली गया है यहाँ पे। मेरे को लगा ये फ्लैश वाले टारगेट करने को आया है, बट यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है कि ये ऑलरेडी रिकॉल पे बैठा था। और जली घूम के ऐसे ऐसे ना जा, डायरेक्टली सीधा वही रिकॉल पे गया और वही चोक हो गया। ऑब्वियसली ब्रो, यहाँ से रिकॉल से कोई भी उड़ा सकता है ना। जली ऐसे घूम के ऐसे ये रिकॉल पे गया, यहाँ पे जाना चाहिए था। बट ठीक है, थोड़े मिस कॉल्स हो गए होंगे, फिर क्या हुआ होगा क्या पता, बट ठीक है। क्या ही हो सकता है यहाँ से, लाइक यहाँ पे जाना इज़ नॉट बिग थिंग। वो आराम से हो सकता था, वहाँ पे रिकॉल भी बच जाता था। बट जेली भाई ने सीधा यहाँ पे जाने की, आई डोंट नो व्हाट हैपन्स, इसके वजह से पूरा मोमेंटम हट गया ना। अब पहली मैच ही ऐसी गई है, 2 मैचेस का क्या पता क्या होगा। देखते, देखो आप ही देखो ना, देखो जेली भाई सीधा वहीं पे गया। जेली खुद ही वहाँ पे गया, और ऑब्वियसली जियूस तो वहाँ पे बैठा ही है। ये नहीं होना चाहिए था, थोड़ा चोक हो गया। देखते हैं नेक्स्ट मैचेस में, अभी तो टाइम है। चैट जो भी ना, मेक श्योर टू लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब। थोड़ा मुश्किल है। नेक्स्ट मैच
That's more than double. That's almost pretty much double,
Okay.
right? What they did in game their whole day. So I mean, that's some serious improvement right there. I mean, Burby's goals as well,
एक ही point है,
massive improvement
क्या
on the
होगा,
day. We still saw
30
some of
हो
the top
जाएंगे,
squad sneak away some points here.
30 points
Neptura,
निकले।
as we look at the second page, Regnum Karya, 3 points. They put something on the board, but they definitely need to do more here for the rest of the day.
I think game one, it's okay, right? They're close enough where they can afford to have 1 3-point game. You know, like you said, it's still points on the board. But as we go
But
into a
अभी
wrangle now, we
बहुत
just
से points
need to
बाकी है,
start seeing.
बहुत से लाइक मैचेस बाकी है। अभी कितने हैं बाकी है? 11 मैचेस बाकी। 11 मैचेस में आराम से पॉइंट्स निकाल सकते हैं ये लोग। इतना कुछ मुश्किल नहीं है इनके लिए। चैट में 2 मिनट, थोड़ा सा चैट को ठीक करता, मैं वीडियो ऑफ कर रहा हूँ 2 मिनट के लिए। एक सेकंड है चैट। 2 ही सेकंड, सॉरी 1 ही मिनट, सॉरी चैट। मेरे को ना ये होना है, मेरे चैट पॉप आउट करनी है मेरे को। कंट्रोल सी रीस्टोर करना है। चैट 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 कहाँ पे दिखना है अभी है? यहाँ पे होता है वाईटी चैट 1920 बाई 1080p, और इसको वापस ये ख़त्म, और ये चैट इनेबल। चैट कहाँ पे रखूँ मैं? यहाँ पे रखता। ओके। अरे जेली भाई, जेली जेली को दिखा रहे। जेली कम ऑन सेकंड मैच, लेट्स गो। हो सकता है, हो आराम से होगा भाई। तुम जेली नहीं कर पाया तो कौन करेगा भाई? जेली इज द मैन ब्रो। चैट पूरा सपोर्ट करो, लिखो जेली ओपी लिखो भाई, पूरा भाई टीआर ओपी लिखो, टीआर ओपी। लेट्स गो चैट, टीआर ओपी लव पूरा भर दो भाई। लेट्स गो चैट, टीआर ओपी लिख दो भाई। पूरा लाइक भाई टीआर भाई, कुछ भी हो जाए भाई, रुकना नहीं चाहिए भाई। अपना टीआर वालों के लिए भाई पूरा लव दिखाओ भाई। स्पैम करते रहो भाई, मैं तो बोलता। लेट्स गो चैट। सेकंड मैच स्टार्टिंग इन 20 seconds, लेट्स गो। एक सेकेंड, हाँ मेरे को वीडियो कैप्चर करना है। सॉरी चैट, मेरे को किधर गया? एग्जिस्टिंग वाला ही इधर लाता, और ब्राउज में चैट भी इधर लाता। लेट्स गो। 2 मिनट रुको चैट, थोड़ा चालू हो रहा है। तब तक के लिए भाई फुल स्पैम करो भाई। टीआर ओपी, इंडिया ओपी लिखो भाई। इंडिया क्वालिफाई करनी चाहिए, नहीं बोलो। मेरे को तो भाई पूरा विश्वास है भाई, जेली तो कर सकता है। मैं देखो भाई पर्सनली, भाई मैं चाहता हूँ, मैं एक ऐसा बंदा हूँ लाइक 2019 से देख रहा हूँ भाई, मैं खेल भी रहा हूँ खुद। बट मैं ई स्पोर्ट्स इतना खेला नहीं जितना मैं फॉलो कर रहा हूँ। तो मेरे को सारे मोमेंट्स भी पता है। और आई आई नो भाई, जेली ने जो डाउनफॉल देखा है ना, उसके बाद जेली ही कर सकता है भाई। बैड लक फॉर लाइक, बैड लक नेक्स्ट टाइम फॉर लाइक ओजी भाई, वो भी कर सकते थे। आरू ने बहुत मेहनत की, वो बंदा भाई स्ट्रीम्स पे हर एक जगह पे दिख रहा है मेरे को, तो मेहनत कर रहा है। ठीक है उसने कंटेंट निकाला, बट होता है भाई, कंटेंट भी निकालना चाहिए ना। ऐसे थोड़ी कि लाइक पूरे टाइम गेम खेल सकते हैं आप, थोड़ा सा टाइम तो देना चाहिए। ठीक है चैट, चालू हो गया है मैच, लेट्स गो। वे 50 सेकेंड्स है, देखते होता है। अगले जो भी नया है, मेक श्योर टू लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब। हम्म
pastor type talk. You guys, so stop it.
27 minutes, seconds to go.
Because we're here. We're cracking on. I couldn't really hear what they were chatting about. I'm pretty sure they were throwing shade at me just a moment ago, but we were talking in the meantime. So fortunately, I didn't hear a word of it. Either way, we are going to be heading into our first Erangel of the day as we are underway very, very soon. Just dropping in. Hopefully, we'll see some more action.
Let's go.
Split.
Second match of the day, Jelly के लिए भाई hope करो
I
भाई.
love action, me personally.
ये match chicken होना
Personally,
चाहिए अपना.
action is the best. I wouldn't go. That's a subject we should leave alone.
1 second chat.
You know, that's some past scars I don't want to talk about. Makes me sad more than anything.
That's all right. You'll be okay. You will.
I've cried about it many times.
Yeah, well, I know I was there. I offered you tissues, but you said no. I want to feel this.
You wanna match?
From Novo over towards the west coast.
बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है ये match.
I'm feeling this. Cut on the plane path.
Feel आ रहा है मेरे को ये match chicken है.
You get in those feels, man. Real men do cry. We are heading on into this one, and it's going to make plenty of our players, I think, a little bit weepy.
अपना drop तो मिलता है.
Pretty nasty plane path, I think.
Yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough. I mean, it's slightly less of an issue where you can get towards a lot of the general landmarks on the map on the western side. But you're right. Getting over towards the east, where you typically want to spread out, it's hard. It's hard to do. There's going to be some early crashes, some early skirmishing over vehicles, I imagine, on our screens. But there's also this consideration to make that the one thing I did quite
अरे
catch,
भाई.
which Max was saying,
Military base zone है भाई इस
you
बार.
all upon because that man
भाई आते समय ही rotate कर दिया.
cauldron
जेली को पता है
of wisdom.
कि immediate rotate ही अच्छा है क्योंकि bridge cam block हो जाएगा बाद में.
And we get a Sosnovka circle. Okay.
God.
But
Military
what
base
are you saying
circle.
is that this
Okay,
lobby is
watch
very
वाले.
hesitant for third party.
भाई
Get the
हवे
door,
में
get the
उतार
door.
रहे भाई. Nice यार,
Yes,
nice.
please.
दो जन है. W भाई.
And
Hey
Tolo.
man, उनको पता है कि जाना ही पड़ेगा
Tolo.
जेली नहीं
yeah,
भाई पता
Never mind.
है वहाँ
What I
पे.
was gonna say is this, what
यार,
Max is saying is the
मुश्किल
lobby
है,
is very
मुश्किल है.
hesitant to go for third parties. The lobby is very hesitant to aggress upon certain areas of the
यार
map. And I
finish ले
think
लिया भाई
that's,
हाइड्रो.
in my mind, this is me. This is copium.
Second match भी भाई ये क्या हग रहा है भाई. क्या हो रहा है
I sort
भाई.
of think Regnum Kai is not doing all that great.
क्या है
is
ये?
because they try and take initiative, and because no one else is, they're the only team towards the center of the circle who's trying to take those third parties, trying to take the initiative. So as soon as that happened, everyone else is like, oh, now we can look that way. Because it's the only thing they are looking at. Other than that, it's quite passive. So I think unfortunately for Regnum Karya, they have to play a really slow game. The problem with playing a really slow game is that you rely on luck to get a lot of your points.
I mean, I think that's true, yeah, because you're waiting for so long. Everybody's waiting for so long. It's just, who's in the better spot in the end. And that is fully decided by the circle a lot of the time. Sure, you can make those
क्या
inroads, you
बोलूं
can make
भाई
those
ये
rotations.
गलती भाई.
You're right, it does
इतनी basic गलती.
start to close it down.
उनको
He's not
पता
done
नहीं है
just
क्या
yet.
वहाँ पे
Those
बंदे
iron
जा रहे
sights
हैं.
are good enough for Walsh. He's only got 14 rounds
यार,
though.
मुश्किल
Has
है
to swap
यार,
over
ऐसे
to
खेलेंगे
the
तो भाई बहुत
UMP
मुश्किल
and
है.
Upred. They're being hunted right now. They
बहुत
did lose a
मुश्किल है
player
ये.
and
फालतूगिरी है तो
did
ऐसे
get
तो.
flushed, but they managed to get Glory back up. Going to take shots out that way. Twister Minds investing a lot of time going for this.
पता है वहाँ पे बंदे हैं भाई still उनको push करना and then bro.
Fair enough, especially on a circle like this.
यार
But
what the
maybe it
fuck
would be
भाई
more
what the
profitable
fuck.
for Pmgc to just head
This
straight
is
down
not
to that
expected from
Sosnovka
this
circle
भाई. ठीक है
immediately,
Hallcraft है
like
उनको
some
ही
of the
like
Falcons do back in Group Green.
यार हर्ष और
Luckily for
कीओ ही
me,
बचे अब.
the Burmese necromancer, my
British वालों ने क्या
ghouls are
भाई
waiting,
हवे में नॉक किया भाई
base,
बंदे को.
ready to cause carnage and havoc amongst the rest of the lobby.
अरे
I'm ready for it. Here's a quick replay.
Hey,
We
look.
saw for shush.
Chut.
The Burmese necromancer is talking.
क्या आगे भाई ये वाला.
I need to
ये तो
set
भाई
the record here.
obvious चीज है भाई हक
Gaslit
दिया.
this whole time.
जाओ ना भाई
All
Hallcraft
right?
जाओ.
You were the one who
गाड़ियों
initially said you didn't have faith in Burmese ghouls winning. All right? I just said that wasn't that bold of a
fuck भाई
take.
fuck.
I doubled down on
बोले?
it, but you gaslit me into believing that you thought that they were going to be successful the whole time. So I don't know what this is about.
I did, as the Burmese necromancer.
Oh,
I
no.
believed in them all the way. They're going for a little split off here as well. And personally,
Check.
I really like what the Gulls are doing right now.
Like कर चलो.
Very
Oh yeah.
intelligent. You could tell
मैं
that
कैमरा
the
बंद
Burmese
कर रहा हूँ
Gulls
थोड़ी देर
have
के लिए.
eaten a lot of
थोड़ा मेरा
brains this morning.
इशू है. मेरे कोई काम भी है. वो साइड में बैठे बैठे
Eat
कर रहा
your
हूँ.
brain for sure.
चैट और ये सब काउंट चालू रहेगा.
Off on one.
Oh, my brain is full of wisdom. I'm happily lending it to the Burmese Gulls as the Burmese necromancer.
I don't think you're getting that back though. They seemed mighty peckish, certainly in that last game, right? It
That's good.
Quite a few
It's a
points.
sacrifice I'm willing to make.
Wow. Okay, you're
for
really
my
back in this team
Burmese
now.
boys.
Oh my God.
After your initial doubt that you
इतना कैसे
definitely
हट सकते हैं
had.
भाई.
Talking more about the circle overall. Now that I've had my fun.
मुश्किल है यार. ऐसे खेलेंगे तो भाई.
Regnum Kaya over on that north side. They are definitely playing a little bit safer this time around. Unfortunately, we did get to see this slightly. We didn't talk about it too much. But True Rippers did get ripped apart a little bit on their approach over on the eastern side. Sadly, down to now just 2 players, which is a bit rough for them. Definitely not all that playable. Suddenly you're thrown into this situation where you have to play a lot of these awkward angles, play around ticket booths. It's not easy. And that's typically something you want to be forced into. Well, you never really want to be forced into it. But if you are, it's something you want to happen around about the 18, 20-minute mark, where there's a lot less eyes on you and a lot less 4-man teams breathing down your neck. So I think for True Rippers, it's going to get slightly more difficult going forward. But it does open up a lot more space for teams coming in later. For instance, like the Flash.
ये मैच में मौका मिला था भाई. DRX लास्ट मैच में हगी थी. उनके आगे जाने का मौका था. BG वालों तो चल ठीक है, चिकन निकाल. लेकिन कारा भी लास्ट मैच हगी है. WBG यही वाला मैच था भाई. यही से स्टार्टिंग पकड़ सकते थे. But क्या करे? नहीं पकड़ पाए.
I thought my feed had just frozen there, but Tony K was just not moving completely still.
Have a look at the map.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. He's checking his inventory. He's making sure it's fine. I mean, they know they're pretty much alone here, so they don't really need to be worrying. Just need to be engaging those big brains of theirs.
It is funny because a lot of times when you're watching, it's kind of similar to what Max was talking about at the start of the day, where you get comments like, "Hey, well, I get 8 elims average in my games." It's a very different lobby. But also, you see comments like that. Why is that guy crashing that car into the tree? Because they're all looking at the map when they're rotating. That's all they're doing. We do have an interview coming up very shortly with the 7WG, as well as with my Burmese boys. It's Itchy from the Burmese Gulls. So we'll see what he has to say. And hopefully praises them a lot.
No way. There's got to be. This is
TR
gone too far now.
TR तो भाई obviously
like the schools. They did well in that last game.
बाहर ही है.
I'm proud of them. Well,
नहीं जोन के अंदर है.
Let's see what 7 asked them about and what they had to say in response.
Welcome back to a quick report with the 7WG. I'm joined by the winners of Rondo in Day 2 of Group Red, BG, Ichi nonetheless. By the way, I gotta give you props. In Circle 7, great scouting by you while your 3 teammates were pretty much just waiting in the compound. You went around, found a spot, and was just played perfectly. But I do want to talk about Erangel. Yesterday, your performance in Erangel, 13, 15, 7th. What are you looking to change in it going into Erangel? Because we do play it 3 times, and I feel like that's where you need to perform.
ဒီနေ့ Erangel မှာဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောင်းလဲထားတယ်ဘယ်လိုမျိုး plan တွေချထားတယ်ဒီနေ့ Erangel မှာကစားမဲ့ပွဲနဲ့ပတ်သက်ပြီး
ဒီနေ့ ranking မှာတော့မနေ့ကအမားတွေကိုကျွန်တော်တို့အကောင်းဆုံးပြင်ဆင်တယ်ပြီးတော့ဒီ rotation တွေပါတယ်ပြင်ဆင်ထားတယ်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီတပ်ပါတီပါတယ်ပေါ့မနေ့အဲ့ဒါနဲ့ကျွန်တော်တို့မှောက်တာဆိုအဲ့ဒါကျွန်တော်အကောင်းဆုံးပြင်ဆင်ထားပါတယ်
we have prepared for rotations and then other rotation and map going around the maps so because these are the really important factors so
Well, I love hearing that because you do need to adjust to what this lobby is giving you. And even in this situation where you guys, in a way, felt like it was going to be a free win going back to Rondo, but then the circle went away from you guys were able to adjust quite great. And there was people doubting you even in that position, saying you weren't going to win, blank, John. But you guys were able to pull off, especially with that great scouting that I mentioned. Do you have any message for your doubters out there?
ကိုယ်မယုံကြည်တဲ့လူတွေပေါ့ဘယ်လိုမျိုးပြောချင်လဲဘာစကားပြောချင်တာရှိလဲ Not much to say. We will do our best.
Well, the team that took down the PMWC champions, Yangon Galacticos, coming in hot in day 2 of Group Red. Let's see if we still have some doubters out there.
Hey, you know what? It's good that they're not taking your doubting words to heart, Blank. I'm glad that they're just gonna try and put it on the battlegrounds. You know, so you know they're not gonna be too harsh on you, I'm sure. In the meantime, though, big shifts on the circle as we head on over to the west side of Sosnovka Military Island. Teams seem to have condensed fairly amicably, and it's kind of what you were saying before, right? Not too much early scrapping. Obviously, we saw the drop eliminations.
India will do it with 2-man also. देखना. हाँ भाई, hope करते हैं यही हो.
Very happy just
क्योंकि अगर यहाँ नहीं कर पाए तो भाई कुछ नहीं हो
Except
सकता.
for the arena and Twisted Minds. They're still on the northern side though, so they've
मुश्किल
probably
है
got a
फिर
little
तो.
bit more to
बहुत
fight
मुश्किल
for.
है.
Similar situation over on the East Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, E-Arena's pretty aggro. I think that they're very good at it. They slow it down a lot towards the late game, though, and I think the reason they get away with it a lot more than, for instance, Regnum Kaya is because they're an edge team. One of the only edge team that does get very aggro anyway. So I think they isolate a lot more of their fights, whereas for Regnum Kaya, it's a little bit more difficult to do, and we saw that very clearly yesterday over towards Tornado Siren, where suddenly you've got 4 teams all in that position. Regnum Kaya's like, what's going on? Why are we not trying to eliminate one another here? This is weird. Slight changes apparently coming here on our angle for Burmese schools on their rotates. Look at this, lads. You don't have to rotate at all. The circle comes to you, which makes your life much easier, I imagine, going forward. But Regnum Kaya do have the central spot, I would say, central-ish for now, likely to move down towards the southeast eventually around those hilltops. But again, transitional routes are pretty good. They should be able to get some points off of the bridge camp. Circle shifting over towards that side, though, was unexpected, to say the least. Alliance now having a strong spot over towards the beachhead in those smaller compounds. A little bit more of a split required there, so I do think they'll have to be quite vigilant on the approaches from some of our other teams.
जहाँ पे 2-man हमारे
that's
टीम इंडिया के वहाँ पे
a really solid spot now for Alliance, for Burmese schools in the hills to the north as well. Virtus Pro starting to clear out the last 2 players of True Rippers. There's still 1 more to go, and they are on the north side of C block under lots of pressure. Meanwhile, over towards this east bridge, still just trying to hold this out, trying to get through. I mean, Nuclear Zone actually not doing terribly. It looks like they might actually just be able to send this one straight across.
यार
one player is on foot, so probably Krona does fall. It's pretty rough. I think it was quite a bold move from True Rippers to try and play C block, you know. I think they had to puff out their chests a little bit more to scare off some teams, but last one player does go down almost immediately to Virtus Pro. Again, for Virtus Pro, it's also a slightly wild crash into C block, considering there might have been a 4-man team there. Good shots from Regnum Kaya.
No, yaar, cube. Arey, ruko.
As Influence Rage attempts to push up towards the northeast and immediately gets rebuffed. That is the most confident we've seen Regnum Kaya look so far in Group Red.
Yeah, they held out that run really nicely against Influence Rage. 2 players carrying on further out to the west.
And teacher jab hai kyun main to bolta bhai.
DK who are putting a lot of stock in holding this east side bridge fight. It might work out quite well for them, Blank. They have got an outpost towards the circle. Nobody else really contested at all for the east side of this one. I feel like this might play really very well for GK. Normally, I don't like sitting on those bridge camps for too long, but I think this scenario, it's going to work out for them.
तो चाहता भाई DRX versus
I think it will. I think they can spend a lot of time here. It clears out a lot of area as well. Then you can start working the beachhead over towards the eastern side, even trying to play the high ground. I imagine that for ETSH, goodness me, we'll just play the compounds down towards the south side for quite a while.
ज़्यादा ही हो गया क्या इधर? बसर्टिंग हुई है?
Weibo, they've been out in the blue for a long time, John. I think this is the first time they've been out of the blue for quite a while.
हो गया DRX versus Arena चालू होगी वापस.
But they've got a lot of meds to work with. Hopefully he can get through. Arthur from Nuclear Zone underneath on the south side. He's gonna let them pass. You know, as the gatekeeper, he keeps the gates open. apparently a nice guy.
स्टार्टिंग
Nice
भाई
guy. No
आपकी कितने जा
gatekeeping here.
सकता है, पहली टीम नहीं बनना चाहेंगे
Yeah, I
वापस.
don't
लास्ट
even know if
मैच
he
में भी
extracted a feed
फर्स्ट
there.
टीम वाज
Weibo
द
on 4
was
players,
the
so
enemy
they
trap
are
first team
there's
जली.
clear
ठीक
sailing.
है,
This is kind of
नाइस
bad
वन
news
कि
for
वो
Geek,
राइट वाले
right? They
कंपाउंड
were
में
like,
जाके
okay,
बैठ
those
गया.
guys will,
ये वाले
sort themselves
छोटे
out.
छोटे
This is a
कंपाउंड ना.
really nasty
नहीं
circle.
कंपाउंड क्या क्या है ये वहाँ पे कुछ
Over
ये डिप है,
towards the
वहीं तो
water.
जाके
I
बैठ
mean, it
गया.
makes Burmese schools
पर
like
सर्कल जाना है अब वीकियो को, थोड़ा मुश्किल है यार. ये मैच भी होप ओके ठीक है. एनआरजी वो फर्स्ट वन बनी जो कि एलिमिनेट हो गई. नाइस वन.
as the east side
एटलीस्ट
bridge
फर्स्ट तो नहीं बने.
concludes with nuclear zone going down. Our first team to be fully eliminated in our first
चलो
goal
ठीक
today.
है, ये भी ठीक है.
Yeah, it's a brutal circle, man. Brutal circle.
ये भी
I think
ठीक है.
cuts a little bit of the compounding from Regnum Kari as well. It's fairly interesting. You know, off the back of a 20-point game here for Regnum Kari, that easily
थोड़ा
sets them up towards the
मुश्किल
top
भी
3,
है
right?
लगता है
Especially with
तो.
Influence Rage taking quite a little bit of damage right now.
थोड़ा
Little boy
मुश्किल
sends
है.
out into the blue, over towards the
ठीक
water
है,
on the
देखते हैं
north
क्या होता
side,
है.
which is an interesting decision. Might seem safe for a while. I think what he hasn't taken into account that there is also still a lot of teams to make it into the circle right now at stage 4. Still playing over towards that bridge and imagining that some of the DRX players will have sidelines over towards this eventually. Arcred still considering whether they should make that push or not. Good hold again for Regdon Kai, just holding that bridge down, finding another shot over towards DRX.
And that's really getting fraught over on the western side. There are two teams
जल्दी
still
क्या
yet
कर
to
रहा है भाई?
cross.
अरे
DRX
भाई
trying,
कुछ नहीं कर सकता
but
था वो. वहाँ
really,
पे
really
ब्रिज पे उतार
suffering
दिया
on the
उसने.
hold against Regnum Kaya. You've got E-Arena behind them. You can see their health bars on
आधी
the
अधूरी
right-hand
बातें
side of the
मत ये
screen. On
करो
the
यार
tower
चैट.
graphic there are going lower and lower.
और जो भी
We're in
नया है,
stage
make sure to
4
like,
blank.
share,
It's
subscribe,
really
भाई.
hurting, and Kaiksei has to dash forwards. I think, is this the last player for DRX? No, they got another
क्या
one
लगता है?
somewhere.
Okay, DRX भी last man
surviving,
standing है.
trying his best.
Okay,
Kaiksei
DRX का भी last man
continues
ही
to
बचा
run
है.
on through, but Wild immediately spots him as he
ये
steps too
इन्होंने
far
नया
down.
प्लेट खेला है.
Regnum Kaya can regroup. They'll play on.
अरे
There's
भाई,
still many
वाह
more
वाह वाह,
points
nice
to earn
nice.
apparently on this bridge
अभी
crossing.
ये
As
का भी last
MC2
man standing
gets
है.
picked up.
92
So
man
is the
standing है
last
last.
to play for DRX. Needs to extract value, so any point matters. We'll be able to find
Regnum
the
Kara
flush
इधर
over
आगे जाके
on
बैठ गई
towards
है.
NC2.
बट
Finds
DRX
that
भाई
point
चलो
and
ठीक
it's
है.
a
DRX
tally.
कुछ कर नहीं
Zed Wolf
सकते.
backing off.
ओके उनको
The
पता है
zone
कि अब
starts to
जोन
put
को
the
ही खेल
crunch
सकते
on.
हैं. नाइस खत्म.
Hey, if you can't beat him, John,
DRX
I actually
खत्म.
think that's
DRX
exactly what Regnum
खत्म.
Kai's
ओके
doing right now.
एक
Is
और बार
like,
DRX
well,
के भी मैचेस
if
गंदे
you
गए.
will
टू
fight us,
रिपल्स के
and they
मैचेस
just
गंदे
holds on the
गए.
edge. So we're
ओके
gonna
यो
hold
भी
everyone on the
खत्म.
edge.
टीम
Alright,
इंडिया
no one's
खत्म.
coming in. We're gonna play this as
यार
best as we
मुश्किल है
can.
यार, ऐसे
We're
खेलेंगे
not
तो बहुत
taking
मुश्किल
fights.
है.
We are literally just gonna hold you on your rotates because we know you all rotate really slow. That's okay with us. And they've done it quite well this game. Makes it a lot better, a lot nicer. Overall, quite impressive from Regnum Kai this
अगर
game.
DRX भी आगे नहीं जा रही
But
तो उधर तक अपने को
less
चांस है.
impressive in terms of
कि
like
आज के डे के एंड पे अगर
the
कल 29
flashiness
पॉइंट
of the match,
26
but more impressive in
point
terms
निकाले
of
कल.
like, well,
तो
this is how
भाई
we
आज
have
भी
to
25
win.
या 30
This is how
एक्सपेक्टेड
we're
है
gonna have to
भाई.
play.
उतने भी निकाले तो आराम से कल के
Focus on
दिन
the
में.
spin.
पर कल के दिन
He
में
gets
उनको
his
बहुत
jaw
मुश्किल होगी.
spun.
आज कम से कम
Tries
50
to
पॉइंट
rock up
चाहिए
to the
भाई.
middle of the circle. Has a tough time
तभी
of
कुछ हो
things.
सकता है.
ETSH
अभी 4
able
मैचेस
to
बाकी है
establish
अभी भी.
crossfire with the very minimal pieces of
भाई
cover that
बहुत
they
ओपन है,
have. I
बहुत
don't
ओपन है.
think that
लास्ट
shack's going to
मैच
be
ये का
too
सीधा
secure for
फ्लैश कीपर
long
पे गया
once teams
खत्म
are
खत्म.
allowed to get
खत्म
anywhere near it
है.
within nade
ये
range.
अरीना भी खत्म
And
होते
this is a
एलिमिनेट हो
bust
गई.
for them. Sakura goes down as well, and that's
भाई बहुत ओपन
E-Arena
था. फ्लैश
out.
वाले
The
2
fact that
मैन
there are still
स्टैंडिंग है.
players, I was just going to say,
और
there are
ट्विस्ट
players
और
on
ये
the
देखो
northern
भाई तुम.
side, Twisted Minds and Arcred,
fuck भाई.
is a little bit crazy. Walsh as well has
ये
made the
क्या
swim.
है? ये
But the
बाहर क्या
Twisted
कर रहे हैं
Minds,
उनके?
they're just seeing what Lord can get done here.
आर्क वाले और ट्विस्ट
Circle
वाले
does go to the
भाई.
coastline so they can keep
आर्क
going for a
वाले
little
तो
bit longer.
दूसरे साइड
Lord
बैठे थे.
raining
जाके वो
drop on
मिलता है क्या
high
बोलते
here
हैं.
as Hardpoint doesn't quite have the
इधर
angle.
कचर.
Drops down a little bit.
अरे
Duo,
खत्म भाई.
Lord
ट्विस्ट
follows
वाले
him.
भाई.
He's getting in and amongst
ट्विस्ट
them, but he
एलिमिनेट हो
will
गए
not be
भाई.
able to find it. Goes down, gets flushed
नहीं बच सकता, नहीं
immediately.
बच सकता.
That will be a res for glory as Walsh was actually eliminated
बच
in the
सकता है भाई.
meantime as
27
well across
सेकंड
the
है.
river.
तैर के जा सकते. दोनों ज़्यादा भी
Man,
दूर
that's so
नहीं.
sad. I felt the glimpse.
नाइस
He
नाइस.
realized to himself, he's like,
But
I gotta go for it.
Influence
you know.
Rage भी है भाई
I'll
जोन के
never
बाहर.
live this down if I don't go for the jump. You know what? I respect the jump. It was one of his
Influence
few
Rage भी बैठी है
options,
बाहर.
and he went for it. Okay, even he goes down there. I think everyone can agree that was a cool play. Right, that was a cool play. Unsuccessful, but a cool play. You know, that's what makes him the man of the lobby right now.
All right. Big hours for Twisted Minds.
Real men jump.
Yeah. They are Virtus Pro
get
trying to move
eliminations, by
over
the way.
the open ground. Yeah, Aragon will be taken down though.
मतलब
I mean, this is really tough stuff from the southeast
होगा
side.
पक्का जल्दी अरे होना ही चाहिए भाई अरे
Demonstrous on the south side for a long time now.
बंदा गाड़ी में बैठा
But it
वापस
seems
कूदा
like it's
वापस
all
कूदा
coming to a head
अरे
for Virtus Pro.
अरे
They've been
भाई
back
एक
in the
मिनट से
queue for
खत्म
this
हो गया
rotate for a while.
वेबो
But
भाई
Weibo will punish
ग्रेनेडियर
them.
बन गया भाई
GK as
33
well,
साइड
establishing that hold on the
हाँ
northern
भाई
side. Will be shutting them down.
इनके
Virtus
नाम
Pro
बहुत
not
अलग है
going
यार
to go very far
33
here in the first
Z
Erangel today. Burmese Ghouls,
ठीक है
they're up to bat now, and they too have a really tough time getting into this.
Come on, Burmese Ghouls. It's balls. You can deal with this team. I believe in you.
It's way better,
I think.
isn't it?
Yeah, well, if they want to go that way, sure. You know, it's unlucky. It's unlucky. You know, what could they really do there? That's a tough rotate. They may have started towards the center of the circle. You know, it doesn't mean that they can end up in the center of the circle. It doesn't always work in your favor. I will say, though,
behind them.
No, shush, I'm going to talk about it a little bit, all right? Weibo, on the other hand, excellent stuff. I think that the rotate that they made was unforgiving, long, and grueling, yet they have ended up here. Again, I think that I was talking about a lot yesterday. I think Weibo does have some of the best rotates in this lobby. Hasn't quite translated into points towards the top 3 just yet. But if you watch back, I think it's around about 60% of the games they play, they've made like a crazy rotate that has worked where they have threaded the needle. Look, they're going back to bed, all right? They're going to go back in the ground and they're going to come back out next time. Okay? It's a little sleepy nap time for the Burmese Ghouls. They'll come back stronger. But yeah, for Weibo, I think 60% of the games, their rotates have been on point.
इजी खेल है भाई भाई ये गन है ना
Looking pretty decent with it.
क्या
5
मारता
elims
है
to show
भाई
for
ये
this
गन
match.
और
After
इनको
guarding
दिख
out
गया
on the
दूसरा वाला भी
southeast
दिख
side,
गया
Wild
खत्म
stepping onto the beach,
भाई क्या
able to get another
फटाफट खत्म
point
हो रहे
for
हैं
Regnum Kaya.
आर्क
So they
का
are
ये भी
going
खत्म
blow for blow
आर्क
right
वाले भी
now
खत्म
with Weibo on the eliminations this game.
खत्म
Very close
टॉप
to
1
each other
2
on the tables
3
as
4
well.
5
Both in those
टॉप 5
chasing
टीम्स टॉप
positions
6
right now.
टीम्स बाकी है
As Regnum Kaya, I mean, they have free reign over this beach at this point. With Team Flash condensed, clumped up. They can start to extend over around this way, but GK will make them head on, right? And that's probably what they're worried about. The team that's far off around that beachhead, just taking a spot out. If they're completely out in the open, they just can't make that work. So instead, they head a little bit more inland.
we're very close to 10 likes
I really want to see how Regnum Kaya handles this now. It's not an easy circle, to say the least, and there is a lot of long-range shots required. I think Zed Wolf is insane at that, as is Silas, and Lockley has some good chops on as well. Wild takes some very, very good anchor points for the squad, and that's going to be very helpful in this circle. But yeah, for Regnum Kaya, everything has led up to this moment right now, and I think that they have the chops to do it. It's a case where you see the circle, and for Regnum Kaya, this is an easily winnable game.
मेरे को तो ये नहीं समझता भाई
I will be disappointed if they don't win it. Equally, I'd be happy if we saw Weibo win as well. I think they'll rotate from the north side. They're in the blue zone for about 10 minutes if they win this game. Also a very successful match for them.
Yeah, they're crossing over on that east bridge. Really very successful. Remember, they were allowed to do that by the teams fighting around that area. They came in behind the Burmese Ghouls and were able to leapfrog everything as Regnum Kaya continue to add to their tally. ETSH now down with 9 elims for Regnum Kaya. This could be a big one. But it's Alliance who sit in the middle. Currently no elims, but in a really important building that could be a little bit troublesome. However, the open ground, I think, affords Regnum Kaya a lot of strength where Alliance very much crammed in and might not get too many points for this match. There's the nade I was waiting for against Team Flash. I was worried that it was going to be coming on through. And it was to be, unfortunately for them. The second one, a little bit short. Post another. No, it goes long again. They think they've gotten out of there. The GK.
आया फूटा फूटा
Put the hurt down.
ये फूटा
As soon as you get broadside on the door, though, that should be
फूटा
easy
लास्ट
nade
बाकी
postage.
है
As Win has to step out, and he
वापस
gets
अंदर
knocked.
गया वो
I'm not gonna lie, Geeke's really overthinking this. They are
वो
really
क्यों इस तरह कुछ दिख भी नहीं
overthinking
रहा
this.
Nade the building.
खत्म फूटा नाइस
Exactly.
खत्म है ऑब्वियस
Finally. Oh my god. You're just
एकदम precise
expecting them
नहीं
to jump, to
Okay,
run
Regnum
out.
Kaya
But
भी
if they
push
don't
कर
run
रही
out in the
है
first
geek वालों पे
three
advantage
nades,
है
start throwing
4
some
man
of
का
them inside.
बट ये थोड़ा सा लाइक ये हो गया
That's a lot of
भाई
utility
एडवांटेज
lost
ज्यादा है
there.
उन पे ऑब्वियसली
A lot of
होवरक्राफ्ट की वजह
utility
से
lost.
पुटा
Nade over the top here over towards Ragnarok. Looks fairly on
क्या
target
close
to
था
me,
भाई
slightly far.
गीक
The
वाले
hovercraft
इन्फो ले
will
रहे
come
हैं
through.
बस
So that's very low. They're going to wrap
बट
around now,
होवरक्राफ्ट का
potentially just wrap
एडवांटेज
back
भी है
there.
बट जल्दी
Still
फोड़
more
दिया
shots over towards that hovercraft is required to
थोड़ा सा
take that
मुश्किल
down
है
for Geeke. That is a big old treasure on side for them.
अबे
Very
ठीक
helpful
करी
towards
गाड़ियाँ
the
ठीक
end
कर रही है
game.
भाई
Oh, my
Nice.
God,
Low on
the
ammo there.
mechanic for the team.
Yeah, he's getting the vehicles in tip-top spick and span
ये
condition.
एक सही है भाई
You've got to be looking good on the road. For Regnum Kaya as well, the next rotate probably going to be very important, especially with Geeke on the outside, right? They're going to have a lot of overview, and even more so now. They want to take control of
अभी
this
गीक
circle.
वाले के पास आधा सर्कल है और
I mean, Regnum Kaya actually being able to rotate over towards the beachhead. A lot of possibility here, but I think that you sort of just want to leave Silas there as an outpost. Same with Geeke, they're doing the exact same thing. You can try and control this southern side. You know that's where most of the teams are. It's very open on the northern edge. So this is one of the few circles where you try and play outside the zone for as long as possible to try and gather position.
That's that Regnum Kai special. Take down the hovercraft. It ain't moving. Kevin just puts it in, spots it down. Gives them a little bit of cover to the north side, to be fair.
Kevin just rolled in and was like, oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I should have never came here. I'm sorry.
Oh, dear. Well, he is going to get backed off. Does manage to find the cover of his team. And now Weibo pushing up on this eastern side.
That's your teammate. That is your teammate.
I literally just naded Sue. That is unbelievable. What are you doing?
That didn't
was so good rotations, by the way. And there's the stick.
अरे भाई ठीक वाले गए खत्म है
Their own worst enemy.
वेबो जहाँ पे जा रहा है ना भाई तो पता नहीं क्यों फर्स्ट ऑलरेडी पूरी स्क्वाड बैठी खत्म इजी था भाई चांस भी नहीं ना रे ऑब्वियसली दो साइड से तो पुश आ रहे हैं और वेबो जहाँ पे जा रहा है वहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम है क्योंकि सामने रकम कर रहा पीछे गीक करे तो करे क्या बंदा अब अलायंस वाले इसमें फायदा उठाएंगे कि कंपाउंड होल्ड करके बैठे ओके थोड़ा सा प्रेशर बनाया जा रहा है बट अरे नहीं ओ अरे भाई क्या पॉइंट उड़ा है भाई
doing pretty well here against Rectum Kaya. Silas and Loxy
push
now.
करके मार दे भाई push करके मार दे
Alliance have flexed out in the meantime, and they do have 4 players. Well, they haven't flexed out at all actually. They do still have 4 players though.
पता है भाई
I'm confused, dude. I'm
अरे
confused.
Silas ने बहुत अच्छा
wrong. Good shot from Silas to start things off here. 10 elims on the game so far for Regnum Kaya, which is great.
क्या कर सकते दो साइड से पड़ रही है
11 make it now with Loxy helping the back
Alliance वाले
line.
चिकन ले
Make
रहे
that 14. Now into a 2v4.
नहीं ले रहे
Okay. Jimmy throws a nade. The 1v3 hold for Loxy against Alliance. They have nothing to say about it. Now in 20 versus 1, Loxy's coming alive, and he wants to put up big numbers here for Regnum Kaya.
ये क्या है भाई
For Loxy
फक भाई
to shut
फक
it down.
क्या मारा है बंदे ने
Run riot on the north side of Military
1v4 करा है भाई बंदे ने
Oh my days, Regnum
फक भाई रैग्नम कार
suddenly Silas as well as Loxy
माँ
goes
कसम भाई
super
क्या
saiyan
मारा है
in
भाई
those
क्या
final
मारा है भाई
moments. Silas
fuck
is
dude
pretty
fuck
mad.
this boy
Silas is pretty mad, but they got it done. Suddenly,
Regnum Kaya.
भाई फक भाई लॉक्सी ने क्या मारा है भाई 1v4
got it done. 17 limbs. Oh, it's
माँ
not mad. It's just
कसम
it's a
भाई
little bit of relief, a little bit
भाई
of
शपथ भाई
stress.
काय मार ले यार तने काय मार ले भाई W भाई W फक डूड भाई काय मार ले भाई तने काय मार ले भाई था पुरानी आई माँ कसम भाई पूरा गांड फाड़ दिया भाई उसने लॉक्सी भाई वो बंदा देख इन्होंने अलायंस वाले के चूतिया पे हगा है भाई फुल थ्रो किया है भाई ऐसे क्यों आए भाई इतना गंदा क्या टट्टी भाई क्या टट्टी भाई साहब क्या मारा है भाई, क्या मारा है। डब्ल्यू भाई, लॉक्सी भाई, मार्कस, ये बंदा। चैट क्या लगता है नेक्स्ट मैच का क्या करना है भाई? चलो अपन तब तक दूसरा स्कोर देखते हैं। ओके 36 रन, 5th विकेट, अभी 50 रन। ओके साउथ अफ्रीका को वापस 350 भाई, 300 वही टारगेट हो रहा है भाई, टारगेट उतना ही बन रहा है। यशस्वी जायसवाल, आज रोहित शर्मा ने इतना कुछ रन नहीं। विराट कोहली भाई कंसिस्टेंट मैन भाई, टू मैचेस 2 सेंचुरी। ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ भाई, ऋतु भाई है भाई बंदा, वो कैप्टन से चाहिए थे यार ऋतुराज गायकवाड़ को, बट ठीक है वाइस कैप्टन है, नेवर माइंड। एंड देन देयर इज केएल राहुल, नॉट आउट रहा बंदा, 50 करके गया, नाइस वन। रविंद्र जडेजा, वर्ल्ड्स बेस्ट ऑलराउंडर वी हैड भाई, बट वेरी गुड टीम। ठीक है वॉशी रन आउट हो गया, केएल राहुल और रविंद्र जडेजा कर सकते हो अभी, ठीक है। साउथ अफ्रीका भाई अभी नाइट लाइट में साउथ अफ्रीका के लिए बहुत गंदा होने वाला है, क्योंकि गार्ड भाई तुम देखो ना, थोड़ा मुश्किल ही है ये वाला, लाइक ठीक है, नेवरदलेस इजी हो सकता है। चैट तुम देखो, तब तक मैं थोड़ा पानी वगैरह लेता हूं।
Crazy first aerogale here for day 2. We get an insane military circle and hard shifts up to the north. I think Weibo's gonna get gate camped on the Eastern Bridge, and then they get it for free. I mean, this match had it all, Max. Come on.
Yeah, he also had hero nading Sook. Maybe they have some drama happening behind the scenes. I don't know. That looks too intentional to be a mistake. Okay, I don't believe it. We'll see. We'll see if the drama channels on Instagram are going to be able to uncover what's happening beneath the surface, because there's definitely some drama happening there. But no, okay, I'm just memeing. It's still, I do like the approach of Weibo actually in that game. Trying to push on the eastern side, take the high ground away from Geeke was the right approach. But the execution itself was just, sorry to say, but complete mess in my opinion. What was that?
Very odd, right? And I think it's one of those things where you have such a crazy fumble like that, where it's like you naded an own teammate for like it wasn't even in the way, it was just completely wrong direction. And I think after that maybe there's just a little bit of it all falls apart, because it's like, wait, what just happened? And other teams already in that mood to just go in and take all the elims they want, just able to take advantage. But Arcred, not a great start to their era. This ain't Rondo, what you doing? Oh, it's bad, it's really bad. But you know, a lot of teams, I think it's really just we're seeing all these nasty clutches coming in here, because both bridges were locked. Wait, what happened there?
60 after that shot. Through Rippers. He's like, yo,
what's going on?
Hello.
What are we doing here?
That's so funny.
But to be honest, for True Rippers, it's kind of rough, Diptro, because they're going out early today, which we can't see that happening the entire day. That's a hard start.
Yeah, but it's these bridges, man. I mean, both of them were locked down pretty tightly for most of the game, right? So even EA having trouble coming on through. So I got to give them a little bit of leeway, a little bit of grace. Maybe next game will be a little bit better for them. But yeah, some crazy stuff coming in here. Arcred and them in the end just able to hold on a little bit longer and able to just get a couple more points on the board. But yeah, what a crazy finish coming in here. I love Karia played it. I love how all of them played it really geeky as well, really able to move on through and get a lot of work done. Not happy.
I feel like we have to change these desks every day almost.
Dude,
they're just getting slammed all the time. Huge nade going into that shed of flash. And actually, talking about Alliance and how they just got 1v4'd by one player, Loxy from Regnum. Maybe, just recommendation, when you want to push a shed, maybe have a nade or Molotov to force him out, because he was using that door frame so well. I think it's not only just a great clutch from Loxy, I think Alliance felt way too overconfident and they just got shut down instantly. That was beautiful to see.
Yeah, so take a look here at those rotations, Neptura, man. That sticky nade, by the way, from Safji Geeke was just so good. But you can see them, they were hanging around in Novo. We got this southern military island circle. Look at Weibo going all the way up to Severny for so long, and then finally making that rotation down here, Deptero.
They did, and they used the eastern bridge as well. I want to know how they even were able to cross it, because that's some crazy rotations coming through here. Just able to slip on by past Flash coming on through down to the side, and Geek as well. I really liked their 1-3 split going over onto the beach with Kevin, right? A really protective rotation coming here. A really nice split that they could protect themselves and also control the rest of the lobby from that beach side, make sure nobody came over. So really good stuff from them. But yeah, I think Weibo could have won it for sure had they not had the because Regnum technically were on the low ground, but it is going to be a Regnum win. 28 points on the board. They're running away with.
Yeah, and Blank is even telling me in the chat right now, in the analyst chat, that they had, even for Regnum Kara, they had one pleasant anchor point on Sovnovka itself. So that just facilitates, not only facilitates the transition, it helps you pull it off so much faster. So Regnum Kara really having a lot of just observation hacky to the max in this game, knowing it was going to be heading to Military Island. And yeah, again, this is more way aligned with my initial expectations of Regnum Kara, though DK, that's such a good hilltop position to the eastern edge right Niptro this game. And teams tried to wrestle it away from them, such as Weibo and Virtus Pro, but if you're going to fight it, send it, commit to the fight. Yeah, like they just got them like, okay, we can stay here, but guess what? You're next range.
It's such the case, isn't it? Like, just, it's always this thing of you either move, you either stop early, or you go full send. You don't stop in the middle. Never stop in the middle. It's never good for you. As we see Loxy, of course, going to be the MVP. There is no way he can't be, right? 6 eliminations, 4 of those to get the win. The 1v4 coming in clutch here. MVP, and what a player who deserves it, right? Like, you can't get better than that.
Let's take a look at the overalls, and oh my goodness!
Chat, देखो, next तो अभी रैंगल ही है एक और, बट यहाँ पे अगर जोन ऊपर के सेट करता हूँ, इस बार अगर जेली ने गलत किया भाई, तो मैं बोल सकता भाई कि उनको कुछ तो प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कम्युनिकेशंस में, क्योंकि भाई इतना यहाँ पे चोक करने की ज़रूरत ही नहीं थी, कुछ तो गलत चोकिंग हुई है। बट ये देखो भाई, रेकनम कारा देखो भाई, माँ कसम भाई, और ओवरऑल स्टैंडिंग देखो आप, रेकनम कारा ऊपर आ गए, WBG जहाँ पे थे वहाँ पे, बट भाई अगर यहाँ से नहीं निकाला ना, कल के लिए बहुत मुश्किल होगी भाई। लास्ट चांस में तो 2 ही टीम जाने वाली है, 6 और 8, 16। आप ये देखो ना, मुश्किल है भाई, मुश्किल है। $78, $76 मुश्किल है, मुश्किल है। यार बहुत बड़ा चौक है ये। मला वाटत नव्हतं की एवढं लाईक होऊ शकतं, बट स्टिल आता एवढं तर झालेच आहे, याच्यापेक्षा जास्त काय चौक होणार आहे। हे बोललेलं ना भाई, तर नजरच लागली भैंस की। नजर इज रियल, नजर इज रियल भाई। भाई 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 ये लॉक्सी भाई, ये क्या मारा है भाई, 1v4 लास्ट जोन में गीक के। ये डेल्ट ने भी अच्छा ही डैमेज दिया है, एक रैग्नारॉक ने गीक के। डेल्ट बोल रहा भाई, डील था वो, सॉरी। साइलस, वाइल्ड और रैग्नारॉक, लॉक्सी, रैग्नारॉक, साइलस, वाइल्ड, W भाई W। चैट 2 मिनट। सॉरी सॉरी सॉरी। La 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 la. ओके नेक्स्ट मैच चालू होने वाली है. चलो लेट्स गो चैट. नेक्स्ट मैच चालू होने वाली है. इट्स बीइंग सो फकिंग गुड भाई टिल नाउ. बट यहाँ से अभी करना पड़ेगा भाई. यहाँ से करना पड़ेगा. यहाँ से अगर नहीं हुआ तो भाई बहुत मुश्किल होगी. रुको मैं थोड़ा फैन लगा था. गर्मी होने लगी. अब थोड़ा गर्म होने लगा अभी. क्या लगता है चैट? लेट्स गो चैट. लेट्स गो चैट. पूरा सपोर्ट दिखाओ अपने लौंडा को. और एक बार लिख दो भाई TROP एक बार. चैट TROP स्पैम करो एक बार. लेट्स गो गाइस. TROP एक बार चैट में स्पैम करो. लेट्स गो. मैच नंबर 3 रैंगल अगेन. अरे आज गलत है. आज 3 मेरा बात नहीं. आज 2-3 रैंगल है. हाँ कसम थोड़ा शेड्यूल चेंज हो गया.
This match alone, you had 14 elims. What clicked for you? Because even from the get-go, you were able to take down TRX at the start.
شنو الفرق بين البارحة واليوم؟ البارحة 18 اليوم، اليوم كله اليوم 20. شنو تغير بين البارحة واليوم؟
صراحة امبارح يعني كنا لسه شوي مش مكتسبين الثقة لأنه جانتلنت كان الأداء شوي سيء. بس إن شاء الله اليوم يعني غيرنا أسلوب اللعب. كنا نعتمد أكثر على السنتر. اليوم حاولنا نلعب بالإدج أكثر وهذا الشيء حصلنا إقصاءات أكثر من أول.
He said that honestly yesterday we came in not feeling so well because we're still a little bit nervous from our performance in the gauntlet. And we're also changing our play style. We don't want to play more in the center. We want to go more on the edge side of the map and try to play that more.
Okay, well, I'm hoping that's going to continue to happen for you. Now, are we going to continue to see this type of aggression from GK today?
حضرون بهذا المستوى من الاجريشن ولا لا؟
ان شاء الله يعني راح نحاول نساوي اللي بدنا اياه وحسب كل جيم شو بتطلب. يعني احنا كل جيم مو كل جيم نقدر نلعب بنفس الطريقه. بنحاول نتأقلم مع كل جيم بجيمه.
He said we're hoping to be more aggressive as well, but each game is different. In some of the games we are going to have to play a little bit more defensive, and adapt to it. But the overall plan is to be as aggressive as possible.
Okay, and going back to the first answer that you gave me, with the quick switch of styles that you guys are doing, is there any team that you're seeing as a threat or as a rival?
انت ما زال غيرتوا البلاي ستايل. في اي فريق تدبوا عليه تقول هذا فريق يمكن يهاجمنا او يسبب لنا مشاكل؟
صراحة كل الفرق هون قوية يعني مش لوبي ضعيف. فكل الفرق بالنسبة لنا نفس الشيء. ويعني أكثر فريق ممكن إنه بيحاوطنا أو بيلعب نفس طريقة لعبنا أي أرينا ممكن بس هم الوحيدين يعني.
He said that honestly all the teams here are a threat. All of them are dangerous, causing us problems. But there's one team that's the most similar play style or the most threatening. We would say it's E-Arena.
Okay, well, hey, one of the teams that is top 3 right now. I'm pretty sure that's where you guys are currently aiming to be in day 2. Let's see if they can continue on that aggression for the rest of the day.
Good answer. I like it. They're here from Ragnarok. I mean, E-Arena definitely a threat in this lobby for sure. But the answer that stood out to me the most, right, was the fact that, yeah, they were nervous. I mean, who wouldn't be after having a rough gauntlet? But they said, you know what? Let's change the play style. Let's start playing that edge, Max, man. And it's working for them. They're not just driving to the center and seeing what's happening in the middle of a gunfight. No, they're playing the edge and making it happen.
Yeah, it's just a solid gameplay. The thing is, I don't have anything bad to say about GK, and I don't have anything to be like, wow, this is an insane team. It's just like, right now, it's consistent, it's average, it's good to be middle of the pack. But you always need that little bit extra, Hodgix, if you want to be a team to be maybe in the top 3, because last chance, I'm telling you, you don't want to go there. You need to be top 2 or you're going home. So I think the GK right now, I want to see a massive elimination win. That would be the thing that would be like, okay, GK, there's hope. They can make it happen. They can maybe qualify for the grand finals.
Well, they're 19 points away from that 3rd place spot. So they're going to definitely need to get some eliminations here and now in the second Erangel of the day. John and Blank, how many eliminations do you think GK are going to get?
मुश्किल है भाई चलो चैट नेक्स्ट रैंगल स्टार्ट होता है
I'd say probably 6 or 7, 6, 7, you know, something like that. What do you think, Blank?
Yeah, maybe like 8, 9. What do you think, John?
No. 6, 7.
9 or 10?
Yeah. Absolutely.
11, 12.
Oh yeah. We just love counting. From that south side of the Sosovka military base, we are heading up to the north side on the plane path for our second go around Erangel. The analyst desk is fuming right now, but they are just going to have to grin and bear it because I've got the mic.
Yeah, you like officially unstats, bro. You know, because that like kind of means on call, right? On call. You're on call.
Sorry, I was busy coughing just then. What did you say?
Playing back from the south to the north side. Your shooting range, a little bit of a different one this time around. Slightly less egregious than our last playing path. For Regnum Kai, actually, this is so good for them off the back of that last game. Just because now they can really play a slow game. Because everyone else is playing really slow. But the difficulty is getting those big points and sort of having to manipulate the games to go in your favor has been really difficult. For Regnum Kaya, that win is so imperative to get at this point in time. That now allows them to sort of just play a much easier game, get those consistent points. This is difficult, you know, very western playing path to a sudden hard shift on the circle over towards the eastern side means a lot of teams need to get moving early. For True Rippers, great start for them, you know, starting in Milta. They drop down towards the south side anyway, towards Farm. They have a fairly consistent rotation path here. Boston able to find tops there from the flash over towards the north side.
Nice one.
Good start for VP. VP is I think that this team bows it out sometimes. I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, they're very good at the game. They've got great gun skill. Some of their rotates are good, and then some points of the game you just see them play and then they'll just go off and make a weird maneuver that was totally unnecessary. Just like who we've got on our screen, Mr. Hero himself, who is actually a villain.
Oh no, surely not.
Look, he's been banished to the north side of the Severny.
Yeah, you don't get to play with the rest of it. No.
Let's go, Jelly. Let's go, Team India. Let's go.
I mean, I really desperately want to know what happened. I mean, Hot Jukes highlighted it before as well, right? With it must have been that he thought it was a smoke. Like that's the only reasonable explanation for what he did. Because like, yeah, it's bad. It's like that's just really bad.
Yeah, even then, Suk was already smoked. So yeah, you know, it makes exactly. It just kind of makes no sense. I think there's already 2 smokes down, so like, why send the? I think it was a whiff. I think it was just a whiff. I think he went to put it away, and like he's turning around, and he turns around, he throws a grenade, and it looks so intentional when it's just a big mistake. But it is a mistake that costs them a lot of points off the back of like what was an incredible rotate. Like the rotates at the moment, fantastic from Weibo. Their late game, on the other hand, there's something left to be desired there.
It's discoordinated, a bit a bit broken, it seems, on that front. And they could have been on the points tally where Regnum Kaya is, with a good game, with a good transition at the end of that. They absolutely could have been up in third place. But for now, not so lucky. They're now 16 points behind. East side circle, over towards the mansion area, the north of prison, will be a lot of open ground there. You've got that lumberyard hilltop as well to the south, the Asfields out to the west. Currently, no one is in Lipovka. Virtus Pro, they're trying to change that by the looks of things, but they might actually divert and play more out in the open field, since it looks like they are maybe not fully looted here, actually. No, Voston doesn't even have a vest or a helmet, so they will need to stop off and grab some loot. Wouldn't be too surprised to see them ending up in Lipovka.
I mean, Virtus Pro's the case of they just went from an okay position, like sort of split off around on that north side, and since then they have just been rotating, as have a lot of other teams. Regnum Kai is going to make that pass from Rozak over towards the eastern side. Much easier rotate for them now, considering OG isn't in the lobby, playing around just towards their south, and Arcred doesn't rotate quite as quick as OG here. So I think for Regnum Kai, they definitely afford a lot more space in group red to play around with here on Erangel.
यार ये मत करो यार
VP
वाले को नाम मत
immediately over
लो
towards Lipovka with 2 players, and then split over towards the north side as well. It's getting a lot of loot on board. Many other teams who dropped far over towards the west, they've not even considered moving early. There's no real reason to. It wasn't like they were going to get central position anyway, so they're happier just to play the edge.
And it might work out. We'll have to wait and see. Arcred, 4 players in a vehicle. In minute 5, you got to be joking. Surely there's been another vehicle that you could have taken. By this point, it's a bit criminal, especially on this sort of... There's a buggy right there. Come on. Surely you've got it. Okay, fine. Right, okay. I'm slightly less... They could have put... Okay, it's the back seat. Fine. It's still three in a vehicle. What have they been doing this whole time? If they only have one vehicle up to this point.
Rotating?
I'm mad.
So,
I'm big mad about it.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, garage is free. So to pick themselves up a nice, shiny car. Which one of these players, potentially in this group, might be able to pick up for themselves? Sweet little Porsche towards the end of things.
There we go. All right. My nerves have been calmed. They have split into several different vehicles rather than all sitting in the same one. The fact that Twisted Minds were so close to them as well, all in the same vehicle, must have been absolutely terrifying, right? Like, you spot that and you think, oh nuts, we're going to be absolutely ripped to shreds here. But they do manage to split out. They find that extra buggy. They get to the garage. So it's okay. It's okay. I'm chilling a little bit more. Weibo, they've been rotating up on that north side. DRX, it's a little camouflaged hay bale there in the way. Need to regain some speed. Pop that stim so you don't stay below that max HP. And another little bobble on the ground. Catches them unawares. Having a terrible time out in the fields there.
Yeah, it's not easy. Not easy sometimes. Weibo going to make their rotate down from the northern edge. It's just to the west of the coast. So this it's on top of where VP is currently playing, just the west of DRX right now, as you can see. I think this is an okay place to start, especially when you don't really know where zone 2 is either. You just pick up the L block there and it's fairly easy for the rest of the game for you as Weibo. Yes, there could be some big shifts on the circle there, but because again, most of the teams are stuck out on that western side, I think Weibo's quite happy with this rotation they've been able to grab, which sits them on the eastern side of the circle, where they should know there's plenty more space to rotate around in.
I mean, they have got a couple of teams close to the center, but it is difficult to move in a little bit further south at the moment. You do need that scouting on board, although you expect them to be aware of their surroundings. The Regnum Kaya split right now between Heaven and further down towards south on the compound that oversees the dips to the west. Got one of the compounds, rather. We'll see if that's going to be favorable. If they can hold that split. I mean, holding Heaven as a split, I feel like is very, very bold. And we'll see if they're able to do so, because it goes kind of dead center onto that Regnum Kaya split. Keeps Twisted Minds in it as well. A difficult compound to hold, to get out of. A little bit easier to hold. I'm just waiting for this regroup for Regnum Kaya, because I feel like the teams in the north are just going to blitz that northern side.
Yeah, I think that you'd be right to say that. I mean, for Regnum Kaya to regroup potentially at some point, you might be safe enough to hold it for another zone or two if you're really lucky, just because so many teams are already crunched on that outside edge. I think also Regnum Kaya's slightly safe where they're assuming a lot of teams aren't going to crash these locations. As long as they take shots and they send players off, I don't think there's a lot of teams that want to crash in stage 3 or 4 at the moment in this lobby, which leaves them very safe. And I'd love to be proved wrong on that aspect. I'd love to be proved wrong.
Well,
and I'm already getting slightly proven wrong, but even then, I think that's like last ditch attempt there for the flash.
They've still got 2 more players up towards the Asfields. They did just try and send it, and I mean, it goes back maybe to what you were saying earlier, Blank, towards the start of the day, how this lobby feels a little bit timorous sometimes, a little bit timid, and that's what maybe Rick and Pyro are banking on, because right now nobody is crashing them, but there are crashes, and they're happening onto Weibo, and they are holding off very, very effectively against Nuclear Zone. 33Z hears that pin pulled and immediately repositions. What a clean hold coming through from Weibo. Getting bogged down in this compound is often a death sentence. So the fact that they're able to clean that one out nice and quickly, nice and efficiently is brilliant.
My God, chat 5 लोग दिख रहे हैं भाई.
That was nice.
Wow.
I know. I personally think that a lot of the crashes that we're seeing come through are born not out of a decision, but out of desperation. I think a lot of the crashes are like, we have to go for this spot, we don't have much choice. Instead of, we'll take this spot because it's good and we're confident we win that fight. I don't think there's a lot of that going on. And I think that's the main thing that is sad for me, especially for a group stage, Pmgc. Yeah, like you say, it's just a bit of a timid lobby. There's definitely a few exceptions to that rule, but because it is so timid, like again, Regnum Kai is just forced to play a slower game. It's taken them a day or so to kind of figure that out, but again, taking this 2-2 split, it's the smartest thing they can do here, where they know that teams, if they crash them, they're likely a 2 or 3 man squad, and they're happy to hold that off from those positions, and just like that, they own such a large amount of the zone. I mean, Silas even rotating out here, that's a bit much, but I think they're so confident people aren't going to make the move.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely not the sort of play you could be making over towards finals, probably not even back in the gauntlet either, to hold this much ground. But Silas rotating out was pretty bold, but with this circle, hard southwest shift, it might just pay off. He's a little bit ahead of the game when it comes to scouting out that west side, and they might need to crunch further in.
Yeah, Regnum, Kaya, over on the northern edge. We are heading down towards farm area. Dip's still involved, which is currently held by Arcred, GK, and then Borzov to the north of it. VP were able to move around prison, which is very much a big old point of interest here on this circle, just because over towards Lumberyard as well, you have this high ground that sort of cuts teams in half in terms of their rotation of where they want to go. It's not easy, definitely not easy to play. Alliance is either forced to head on towards the north side into open ground, or they swing down towards the south, but True Rippers has got that angle covered right now.
I'm calling it now. It's going to be a heal-off final zone with someone up top and someone underneath in the shelter. I think that's what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm calling it right now, right here in stage 3. It's 100%. Guaranteed. The only time
you gotta stop saying it's guaranteed when you call
we've only ever seen 1 0 elimination chicken dinner, and that happened on it was on Sandhawk back in the day when we still had that as a map in the rotation, with 1 player down in cave. I loved it.
Yeah, he's playing in this lobby right now.
I know.
Who is it?
Huh?
Who is it?
It's the Virtus Pro boys, isn't it?
But which one?
Ooh, I can't remember which one. Definitely one of them.
Oh, you've been found wanting. It was
no. Hang on a minute. Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, there we go. Let's see if we can do it again.
Let's see. Over towards the north side is DRX coming down from Mansion. Again, pretty open zone, so they'll have to kind of transition round. They could play west side of the road, which is a little bit of a lip to play off the back of. It's not ideal, though, because the circle's likely to move off that position, but it will give them some safety into the future. I'll tell you what, right now, it's not looking enjoyable playing down towards the south.
No, it's pretty crammed, pretty difficult sight lines to stay away from. But the center's not looking too favorable either. I mean, it is a lot of open ground around this shelter area. Those entrances really providing a lot of cover for those teams. But look at the crashes starting to come through. I mean, 2 players crashing in for the Burmese Schools, and we're coming back up to the northeast. Oh dear. Make up your mind, Mr. Circle. Oh, they just can't figure it out. Twisted Mind's very happy about this. In their compound, they should feel pretty good with themselves. A nade around the side, but it's shot from Godspeed to be able to land over towards Bose. And that's a flush immediately. The nades over towards Win, not going to find their way through. Who's hocking those ones over there? Is that Geek? Is that the back lines of Geek putting more nades in?
It feels like an overinvestment. I feel like they could just clear the angle potentially as a 2-man, but I mean, you're walking so close to this. Yeah.
My God.
Finally. Yeah, they did, by the way. You're right. Finally, it's got done. I think there was like 8 or 9 grenades sent that way. Just a lot to be sending in. DRX rocking up over towards Influence Rage. For them, this is a big pickup. It's a very big pickup. Sadly, there is a lot of other players all taking shots down towards this position. Goodness me, that's a terrifying noise to be hearing. For Twisted Minds, this is a big chance for them. A big chance for their region as well to do them proud. I think there was a lot of hopes riding on Twisted Minds in terms of them as a team. Freaking Lord rejoining at Pmgc is a really cool sight to see for me. But I want to see them go a little bit further than that. Honestly, right now down at 24 points is not where I expected them to finish.
It's below par. It is below par. It's not a happy time. But this is Pmgc. These are the best in the world at what they do. It's not always easy to find your way through, even if you are the best in your region. With previous showings, with previous experience, it's a new game every year. And you need to be adaptable to it. At the moment, it doesn't seem like they're quite up to that task. On the north side of this circle, there's a lot of open ground. And maybe VP could stretch out towards it, but Alliance kind of have to run out from prison all the way up, covered. And Regnum Kaya have sort of been the slowest team to move from the north to the hard southwest shift, but that's now benefited them because of this this back shift from the circle, moving all the way back out to those fields. It's made life a little bit tricky for a lot of our teams here.
Especially down towards the south side. Like I said, around prison, like it's that slope that comes down. You can see right here on screen, which, you know, so beautifully displays it for us. But True Rippers sort of wanted them to push down a little bit sooner off the back of this. E-Arena's got very good sight lines on this one. See ETSH just like flying around in circles, attempting to not get shot at. It's like, I'm sorry, I've got some bad news for you. This is so open.
Oh no.
It doesn't help driving back and forth. You're
बहुत अच्छी हेल्प मिली. Thank you भाई Arena भाई. Easy entry मिल गया circle में. बहुत easy entry मिली. But अब नहीं मिलती. अब तो भाई मुश्किल है.
I mean, maybe they'll find a way through. Maybe
Open
not.
circle है. वही वाला same
knock
circle.
over towards the arena coming through from the Burmese Ghouls
नहीं
who are
कल वाला
crunching in the west
same
side
circle
of things. Weibo right now with the northernmost shelter entrance hold. They are feeling pretty good about themselves. They're watching all of this happen. They know they're potentially going to be able to pick up all the pieces from this as well.
Let's go, chat.
Fight on from that position on the south
Chicken
edge.
Chicken
Which is not a terrible spot to be in at all. If you can get rid of all these teams to your south. And that is the big challenge here. Arcred, they want to start. This is a flex out, a solo position. And the nades do find their way down.
Able to hit a full-on strike with that one. Might even get the knock and the flush, but not meant to be as Safji's able to saddle his way round some cover.
My God,
So
damn.
pick back up again.
ये
His
तो
way
भाई
ball
मुश्किल है. W
on the
यहाँ
other
पे
side as
shelter
a
side
four-man,
जो ये है ना.
attempting to not
Shelter
nade
में
each other this
बसड़
game.
मच चुके हैं, बहुत बसड़ मच चुके हैं.
The Burmese Ghouls
लोग
do
यहाँ
make
से
their
ना आए
way
तो ही
up
अच्छा है.
into shelter of their own. It's very much on the
लोग यहाँ
edge
से
of the
ना आए तो
circle.
ही
You
अच्छा
see
है.
just how
अरे
disgusting
भाई
a
DRX सीधा
lot
पुश
of
कर
this
रही है.
map
DRX
is,
को पता है
where
यहाँ पे
you have
अगर ये
6
ना
teams all in
गलती हो
one
गई DRX से,
location.
2 जन उतर गए खत्म.
Heading over towards Museum
यूएसबी और
here.
इक्विटी बाकी है.
DRX already losing a player.
2 जन ऑलरेडी
The
खत्म.
slightly late smoke, commiseration smoke, let's say. An alliance once again being put to bed by
और अब बचे बस 3
Regnum
जन और पे जो कि RGL और
Now
बेस्ट
the northern
असॉल्ट
side,
है.
big crash from Alliance over towards
ज़्यादा ज़्यादा
Regnum.
कमिट नहीं
It does
करना
not go their
है.
way.
यार
They
एकदम
pick
कारण
all
है.
those. I think they
अलायंस
just
के
keep
सारी
everyone
प्लेयर्स को
alive
नॉक
there
करके
as
अलायंस
well.
खत्म किया है.
On the
और
whole,
ये
we're
के
taking
जोकर भी डाउन
shots
किया जाता है.
every
आर्ट
which
राइट
way
के
though,
बाद.
and it's really E-Arena on that south
और
side
यहाँ
who
पे हमें
are
क्या
going to
दिख
have
रहा
the
है कि
majority
DRX
of the
बहुत
focus on
मुश्किल
them. They've got
सिचुएशन में
2
फंस चुके हैं
players
भाई.
left standing as
बहुत ही
ETSH
खतरनाक
finally fall.
तरीके से.
E-Arena, Geeke,
हर
both
जगह से
going
पहले
low.
यहाँ पे
There's more
टीम
Molotovs, more
हाइड्रो
nades coming
डेंट्रिक
through, and
क्लिक
Easy
क्लिक
for
करके
Bad Boy
हाइड्रो
is putting
एक
such
नॉक
a
डालते
pinch
बट
on this
ट्रेड
fight.
बैक और
It
ना
is
पाते भाई.
made
यहाँ पे
so
मुश्किल ही बढ़ती
difficult.
हुई
And
रिप्रेस
again,
की.
it's
बट
Weibo
रिप्रेस
who are
बहुत
just
अच्छी तरीके से
profiting off
देख
of
रहे हैं
this.
कि
They're holding everyone out on
ये
that south edge.
कैसे प्रेशर
True
बना जाए.
Rippers
बट
finally
यहाँ पे हाइड्रो को
slide
वहाँ
on
पे
past
नॉक
and might
फिनिश करने की
actually
कोशिश की
be
थी. बट
into
यहाँ
a
पे
bit
हो
of a
गया
winner
कवर.
here.
बट
If they
ये
keep
क्या
things
है.
going, the Burmese
ये
Ghouls have to
बहुत
send
मुश्किल
down
में
into
भाई
the trenches.
2
Dirty
प्लेयर
K
नॉक
with
ये
the shotgun
गलती
challenge,
बहुत
and
महंगी
his
पड़
teammates
सकती है ट्रू
not going to be
रिपर्स
able to
को.
find it. Sorry,
ये
what
मुश्किल में
teammate? It's
आते
True
हुए ट्रू
Rippers
रिपर्स
teammates who are going to be
बहुत
falling
बड़ी
there.
गलती की
Virtus
उन्होंने.
Pro chiming in, Arcred as well.
यार नहीं
Goodness
यार
me.
गलत हो
Dirty
गया
K
भाई.
just about
हगा
clinging on
हगा
there.
हगा 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 हगा.
I mean, Virtus Pro is very selective the way they dealt with that one and left 30k to live another day and just sent all the shots over towards True Rippers.
That's so crazy.
And that's the angle from
इतना
that
कैसे हग
eastern
सकते हैं
side.
भाई?
I mean, this is the best thing that Virtus Pro can do here. Now, here's the prediction though,
पूरा
is
हगा
that
यार.
in the next few minutes, Virtus Pro is going to make a big crash.
भाई
And,
अगर ये टर्न ही के
Okay. All right. Well,
क्या हग
where
रहे
are,
हैं
they
भाई.
gonna, where are they going to crash? I think is the bigger prediction, right? I think that you could definitely say that.
He,
True
bhai.
Rippers cannot deal with 30k today.
He, bhai,
oh no,
he.
Jelly able to shut it down, but there's that Voston
haga.
pickoff on the
Haga,
back lines. They
haga.
do take all
क्या
of the
हगी
True
है भाई
Rippers
ये भाई,
out
क्या
of
हगी है
action.
भाई
30k
ये.
falls as well, so E-Arena drawn short.
क्या कर रहे हैं
Regnum
यार,
on
क्या
the hunt
करते
for
हैं
their first
फालतूगिरी
place
भाई.
spot. A little bit of ascendancy at the start of today
ऐसा खेल रहे
with
थे
two
भाई,
Erangels
फालतूगिरी
back to
इधर.
back on big games potential for a big points tally earned by
गैप
Regnum
पाहिलं का भाई
Kaya.
28
As the circle shifts away from them, though,
And direct
this might
पंचायत
be the
भाई,
time to
gap
crash towards
20
Twisted
points
Minds,
का
or
gap
do you
almost,
wait a
like,
little bit
19
later and try and go out to the fields?
For Twisted
यार.
Minds, the only difficulty is the DRX is on the south side, so if Regnum Kaya did want to try and crash over towards the north side of it, you could potentially get something
बकवास
done
था
there,
भाई.
but it looks like they're going to try and wrap round towards the east here, John, instead. At least 2 of the players sent out
यार.
as outposts.
अगले
Milky
भाई,
Way,
proper
do they see the
अगले यहाँ
vehicle?
पे
Is
फिर
the
भाई,
vehicle
क्या बोलना
hidden? Because as soon as they see the vehicle, they'll probably know a player is
4v4
there.
4v1 sorry
Milky Way on the move.
4v1 अगले भाई.
Versus Pro, they haven't gone for their crash yet. I'm still waiting for it.
My God यार, कैसे भाई कैसे.
They're sort of slowly pushing into that
इतना
fight on the
पैनिक हो रहा
south
है क्या.
side to have an
पैनिक होने की
impact. But
जरूरत नहीं थी यहाँ पे.
what more they can do? Hot Red, I mean, they flexing out
यार.
down here for so long, and they want like, oh no, we
बहुत
need more
गंदे आ
elims
गए,
for this. Go
बहुत
on, Easy
गंदे आ
Bad
गए.
Boy went down. We need some value. Let's get stuck in. And they're waiting. To their credit, they are waiting. Oh, here comes the Virtus Pro crash. Blank. They're going into Weibo on that northern shelter hold. Let's see if they succeed. Are they going to prove you
Weibo
wrong?
versus
Because a lot of
VP.
damage
Weibo
already
पे
done.
बहुत pressure आ
And
गया,
Order
Weibo 3
immediately
player
falling
down,
here.
भाई.
Hero as well. But Virtus Pro,
Putle,
and
putla,
they get
putla,
torn
putla,
up from
putla,
some
putla,
which way. I
putla,
think that's the
putla,
Burmese Ghouls.
putla,
2 of their
putla.
players are down as well. Now it's up to 33Z to hold down his
Gornik
team.
नहीं डाल,
As
nice.
Milky Way lights up the ground for, maybe he's going to send downstairs to go for that heal off after all, but no. Has to stop because there's a Molotov in the way. Virtus Pro, it's not a
My
full,
God,
it's
यार,
not a full
Trooper
way, and they
cheat.
might actually get the reset.
मेरे को अभी money नहीं है.
Yeah, it's not horrendous. They do get some points
मेरे
off
को
the
तो
back
money
of
नहीं है
that.
अभी देखने का.
Now the rest of the team is looking to push downstairs. They did get themselves back up
क्या
into
बोले यार,
position.
इतना कैसे
The
आगे
nade
रहे?
goes long. It's not enough. Luckily, Hero attempts to get one down. Will will pick up the point for his troubles. And there is a reset available there for Virtus Pro.
Not with the Burmese Ghouls pressure on, though. They actually fell in behind them, and Virtus Pro are downstairs, picking up players, trying to get out of there. Arcred all the while are suffering. They tried to get stuck into the fight. They've only got 4 Elims for it right now. Blank as Weibo
मेरे को
being
नहीं दिखना
displaced from
चाहिए
this
अभी।
northern side. It is a
बहुत
scrabble
यार
for the spot.
इतने कैसे भाग
Burmese Schools
सकते हैं
want to go a
भाई?
little bit further in. Let's see what more they can do. But on the outside, Regnum Kaya did go for the fields. They're playing a 2-2 split again.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair enough. They're just controlling a lot of the zone. They really are controlling a lot of the zone. I think that they can see that Twisted Minds is so unwilling to leave that outpost and get anything done. I feel like if you were Twisted Minds, you'd look to try and clear DRX a little bit sooner and then control where Regnum Kaya was coming in from. Instead, now, Regnum Kaya just has a absolute freebie of a lobby. And still Twisted Minds are doing nothing.
A little bit passive from them. DRX are on the wall, but Virtus Pro, anything but passive. Burmese Schools cannot get through them. And they're still down in the tunnels here, Blank. Regnum Kaya actually have now transitioned all the way down south. They are sat atop the pack. And it's going to go well for them. They're just going to keep everybody in. I mean, maybe they don't really have too much of a choice against the last player from Arcred. But that is what you're looking for. Across the way, DRX going down does mean Twisted Minds might find the confidence to get out of there, but Zedwolf just has the angle.
He's going to keep spraying as well. There's no reason not to keep spraying this angle. He'd love to get that pick off there. If you can weaken the museum team, their end game becomes so much more simple. And they can continue to sweep. This might be the back-to-back here for Regnum Kaya. I think they may have cracked the code, John. Good preemptive nade over to Safji, actually.
Pretty huge. Hardboy did take some shots over towards them before, so they're aware of his position. And to get out of there, yeah, it's not going to happen. You're just not going to be able to find it. On the downstairs, the man himself does emerge into the light of day. The Regnum Kaya are ready to greet them. However, maybe they regret that. They didn't need to step too far forward. Zedwolf goes very, very low, but Wild is holding his nerve, moves in, and there's a refrag coming on through, though, for Voston, who stays alive and gets two. Elims pouring on into the Virtus Pro bank right now. He's the last player alive, and Regnum Kaya are getting ruined on the run out from Virtus Pro. They had it all under control, but it's gone to pot now, and Wild cannot find Voston out in the open. It's Twisted Minds who are going to be able to pick this one up.
So hungry for the elims there, dude. You're so hungry for the elims. We'll pick a couple. I think Wild was slightly far away trying to set up the nade. The nade comes through slightly late for Regnum Kaya. Now, Twisted Minds technically should win this game, but they've got really no utility to speak of.
Ooh, you're right. And I mean, they've lost their forward position as well. Everybody else is so split though, right? With Silas completely split from Wild, they're essentially two solos. But Silas does have a much more central position. If the circle shifts south, I mean, sure, they got the numbers, but they're only really three in effect, right? Because Walsh, very inaccessible. Voston and Wild, their duel is still going. As Voston has the Molotov, Wild will be forced back by the buggy. Voston trying to spray, but steps up into the sightlines of Twisted Minds. Can't afford to go for it, but Wild takes the bullets too. And now Silas is all alone. Virtus Pro have turned the tables.
Yeah, it's Shudo actually getting that shot over towards Wild from Twisted Minds. Silas wasn't quite able to hold that angle. Good shot towards Freak to start things off, but I think Voston should be coming through with the backstab very soon.
Not quite.
Oh, he sets himself up behind it. Smart.
Move out for Walsh is interesting there. Silas dips down, maybe looking for the push out further. Voston on high, doesn't stop the res onto Walsh, but he doesn't need to, because Lord decided, you know what? I'm actually just going to go and fight this instead. I'm not going to go for the res. Twisted Minds, I mean, no utility is really, really rough, and he goes for the shots underneath. Voston, the Jewel Meister, looks for more, but Lord is able to do what Wild could not there. Virtus Pro, 12 elims, though. It's as good as we've seen them, and they'll be happy with that. Up into top three, though, for Arcred, who he's been chilling behind this rock for a long time.
Arcred do something. Anything would be great at this point. He's gonna have to move. I think he has had an angle to Chudo at some point during this game.
comeback possible है भाई.
Silas isn't investing in the first aid kit, also awesome bandages.
Point
Finally
standing
looking for
वही थी ना
something.
भाई.
Come on,
इतना
hard boy. This
हगता
is
है
your
ना ये बड़ा
chance. It's a
हगता है
free.
भाई,
That's a
रुको.
free shot.
काय है भाई?
It's a free
40
shot.
विलेज नहीं अपन नहीं सर्वाइव करू शकत या लॉबी मध्ये.
He doesn't want it. He's waiting for a better deal.
किती कुत्रा आणि प्रेशर ब्रो.
I mean, Silas is closest to the center of everyone here by a hair, but other players are going to have to move slightly before him.
It's all down to gun skill because there is no nades. And now we're in zone 9. It's a big task ahead here for Silas. Hardboy will have to move out into open ground. Maybe a little bit of a distraction here for Silas potentially.
I think Tudor might be very preoccupied with Silas and might not
इधर
spot
फायर
him.
के लिए ना
Oh,
भाई.
he doesn't know.
फायर
He's complete broadside. Step up, go for the spray. Hard boy doesn't connect though, and now the Tudor answer. Not quite. Silas could go for it though and find Hard boy. It's a 1v1v1 out in the open, and Silas puts them up to 12. He's slightly more central, and Lord has to push towards him. Oh, this is a nightmare for Twisted Minds. Silas might be able to do it, but no. Lord is closer to the center here. Silas will have to move first. He has to step up. This is going to be an impossible challenge. Surely Silas can't do this.
Oh, he just has to hit the shots. That's the thing. I won't be able to do it, and Twisted Minds will able to be finishing out this game. But what a messy ending that was. A lack of control there from Twisted Minds, in my opinion.
Second place, though, with 12 elims at the end there, Blank. That is a brilliant back-to-back performance from Regnum Kaya. But you're right. Twisted Minds, no presence. Really no aura in that game. And they needed it. Unfortunately, for everyone else, it was just a little bit too good of a position.
Yeah, very nice there from Regnum Kai overall. Like I said, Silas in a extremely fun little end game. For Hardboy, gives me with guys shaking at the end there with the amount of adrenaline going through him. That spray was awkward. Had to even go for the full spray reset to get it done. But yeah, for Twisted Minds, I wanted to see a little bit more out of them there. They do get the win after all. For some teams, that's all that's needed to get that confidence back on board.
यार अब मूड ही नहीं हो रहा मेरे को करने का.
Shoelaces
बहुत गंदे यार.
That is important.
इतना कैसे गंदा.
But yeah, I do think that game in particular, VP do a very good job as well to get some more points. It was much more convincing from VP that game.
कल का दिन भी इतना कुछ अच्छा नहीं गया.
which I was
आज का भी
happy
अच्छा
with.
नहीं गया.
Well, they do close it down from the museum. They're able to put everyone else down in the dirt, but only just for Twisted Minds.
थोड़ा सा like हगा है, हगा तो है भाई. हगा तो है भाई. हगा है, हगा तो.
Down in 13th place. I gotta say, I mean, it looked a little shaky there for a second, Max, man, but this was a huge win for the squad.
I mean, they had so much control and they gave it up, and because of that, they lost a lot of their forces, a lot of their players in the process. And luckily enough, there was Lord. He was able to redeem it in this game versus Silas. That 1v1, I'm telling you, the high ground is not there, or Silas has a single smoke niptura. Maybe that win doesn't quite go the way of Twisted Minds, and maybe we'd be looking at a Regnum back-to-back chicken dinner. But Twisted Minds, I like that they were trying to do as much as they did in this finishing play, but there is a limit that 4 players can do, and I feel like here they bit down almost more than they can actually chew.
Yeah, I think it really just came down to not really being able to have those angles covered by their teammates, right? But they do get it in the end, and they were able to just get that win. That's exactly what they needed right now. You know, they were sitting in the bottom 5, not really sure what to do next. And this game, hopefully, is going to be the turning point for them, the game that gets them that springboard effect to just move on and do better things in the next game.
Yeah. I mean, you know, Lord and Freak in particular, absolute OGs, right, from the MENA region. They're going to be over the moon after to finally get themselves this chicken dinner. And, you know, they were at the bottom of the rankings, Hot Juke. So getting this win, actually, I do wonder how high are they truly going to stand on the rankings after this?
Like position, they were all the way down in 13th. So,
chat, sure. Thank you for watching the stream. मैं stream अभी जा रहे अपन और वालों खेलेंगे. उसके स्ट्रीम करूँ क्या, मेरे को ये डाउट है क्योंकि अभी मेरे को लग रहा है कि थोड़ा ब्रेक लेता, और क्योंकि 2 घंटे से कंटिन्यूस बैठा ही हुआ है वो, थोड़ी क्या बोलते हैं, तबीयत भी खराब है। देखते चैट होप करे अच्छा करे आज लौंडे। मेरे को तो नहीं लगता अभी अभी लेट हुआ है अभी भी कर सकते हैं ब्रो, बहुत इजी है। बस पुल ऑफ करने के लिए कुछ तो भाई चाहिए। पंप करो चैट, जाओ पंप करो पूरा। हाँ कसम भाई क्या ठंडी बज रही है भाई, फैन फुल करके बैठा इसलिए लाइक। चैट जाओ पंप करो लौंडे को, भरो भाई भरो एकदम उनको भाई। चैट में लिखो भाई इंडिया ओपी, लेट्स गो लेट्स गो। बाय बाय, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग द स्ट्रीम, टेक केयर, बाय।